Thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Welcome, everyone, for episode 488 of the Massenomics podcast, the lifting podcast about Nearfin. My name is Tanner.
And my name is Tommy.
When we hit the record, you also hit the Kaz button for a second there, and it just made me think it was like premature ecasulation.
It was very, very premature ecasulation.
That's what that was the thought
too much,
I had going through.
too much casuloid was taken.
Yeah. We just wrapped up another epic pre-show. For anyone that doesn't know, the Massenomics pre-show is the show before the show. It's unfiltered, it's uncut, it's raw, it's unrecorded, and the only way to get on the pre-show is by becoming a supporting member and choosing to listen along live. But it is not recorded, so the grease that comes up, I mean, it is extra greasy.
Yeah.
It can get really greasy. Mm-hmm. There's varying levels of grease to the pre-show.
We're like dripping.
But it's always at least a little greasy.
We're dripping by the time the show starts.
Yeah.
And the Natty Anthem's playing at full volume the whole time, too.
There is always Natty Anthem, and we love welcoming the first-timers to the pre-show. So if you haven't checked it out, consider becoming a supporting member and checking out the Massenomics pre-show. While you're at it, consider checking out Barefoot Shoes. You can check them out at barefoot.store. And there was a new colorway, a new shoe that I was looking at. It's the Ursus Canvas low top, and it's Terra. So it's Terra with a black sole. It's really got an earthy feel to it. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I have just
Terra?
seen this and just hearing about this.
I think it's relatively new. Probably.
Yeah. I mean, the button on it does say new, so I don't think it's just a catchy marketing slogan. They're probably having something there.
So I guess in this shoe, I do have the black one, right? This would be what am I looking at that right?
Yeah. You know, it in certain pictures, the top really looks a lot like a frickin' Carhartt duck jacket.
Yep.
You know, it looks like it's made out of Carhartt, depending on the light.
Yep. So make sure to go check out the Ursus Terra color. Really, really cool color. If you haven't heard about this, if you haven't seen this, why don't you go give it a look at barefoot.store. While you're there, here's the best part. Saved it for last. Use discount code Massenomics. It'll save you 10% on every pair of shoes that you order from Barefoot. Barefoot.store.
Like someone, I think it was in the Discord, someone goes, what is the, have you seen this? Have you heard about this thing from?
Which, I mean, if you weren't an old South Park watcher, you definitely wouldn't know. But, and you can't just be a South Park watcher. You had to have been an old, that was from probably like 20 seasons ago.
Wait, you mean they're still not doing that same joke 20 years later?
Well, it's actually interesting. There could be a case study done on just how much the character arc changes of some of the characters.
Oh, I'm sure.
On that show.
I just have not kept up at all lately, but I would imagine there's been a lot of evolution over the years.
Actually, I'm confused. I'm actually thinking Family Guy is one of the most interesting ones, where Stewie on Family Guy, for example, he goes from this little baby that's hell-bent on murdering his mother to semi-open homosexual that it's such a change,
Yeah,
is this the same character?
Yeah, that's some major character development.
Right. And I'd be almost curious to see a time lapse of short clips of that slowly evolving from the two most extremes and how it changed, because it probably happened relatively moderately slowly, but if you just watch it at the opposite spectrums, it's way different.
Yeah. Yes, it is. God, we got other sponsors for this show, don't we? Or is it just one this week?
No. I hope not.
We
Gotta keep
we
these
do.
lights on
We
somehow.
do. This just in. This episode is also brought to you by The Strength Co. The Strength Co. makes the best made in America Olympic iron plates on the market today. They got sizes from 0.75 pounds all the way up to 100 pounds. And they're our favorites. They're the go-tos. They're the go-to plates in Massenomics Gym. They're the go-to plates in Tommy's home gym. They're the go-to plates in the Massenomics Lift Hard Live Easy Classic warm-up room. That's how good they are. We bring them with us everywhere. They're smooth yet easy to handle, easy to grip, black E-coated. They look great, made to last for generations. There's really no downside to these plates. They are the best, and they also ship pretty cheap compared to some of the competitors on the market today. If you'd like to get a pair of Strength Co plates for yourself, head on over to thestrength.co and see what they're cooking. Thank you, Strength Co.
Wowie, wowie. That's what I think about when I see the list of topics we have for episode 488 this week.
Man. Wow, wow,
Yeah, wow, wow.
I mean, we could turn this into 4 episodes if we wanted to, but
Yeah.
we don't need to go super in depth on all of these.
No. It's actually funny if you're reading through this because both of us each have
it's like
one
what are
word.
these code talkers? Who's trained them? What do
Okay,
these words
here
mean?
I'll tell you based on our list what we're talking about this week. Band, ape, pulley, rehearse, HGC, upcoming trip, cob, cash, disposable, optimal exercises, Nordic curl. We're going to hear a little bit of all of
Some
that
of
this
these,
week.
I'm not even sure if it was mine or yours until I click on it and it says
Yeah.
Tanner added. I'm like, oh, good. I don't have to remember what that means.
Here, I'll kick off with a very quick one here. We had talked a number of weeks back about disposable cameras, and perfect little sweetie Big Bryce came to Lift Hard Live Easy with one, and those pictures did not disappoint.
Oh,
That justified to me the necessity of disposable cameras.
you forget, man. People younger than us, disposable cameras don't mean anything to them. But at our age, like our age was probably about the prime of where disposable cameras, people were taking those things to parties. They were taking them everywhere. You went through that transition to the digital era where people were bringing digital point and shoot cameras everywhere. Slowly it turned into crappy cell phone, flip phone photos. But man, from like high school to like even college a little bit, those disposable cameras were everywhere. And then the pictures would get posted online and you would see them. And it was like, man, that was so crazy. And now when you look at those things, it does feel like going back in a time machine because they look so old.
Yes, it really does look like a time machine. So I thought for the Lift Hard Live Easy Classic next year, what would be fun is I bust them out on Friday, maybe buy like 5 of them and just tape a note to each one that says,
take a picture,
take 3 pictures and pass on to the next worthy person, and just like have those for the weekend. But like that would be the rule, is like you get like 3, and then you have to find someone to pass it on to, and they get 3.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. So I think that could be fun. A fun way to do that.
Yeah, just get everyone's perspective on, because dude, there's a lot of Instagram filters and stuff that try to emulate old cameras. And you think, oh yeah, they do a good job of it, until you see these ones. You're like, no, old ones have a really shitty old feel to it.
Yeah,
and it's cool to look at.
So Big Nicole said they're expensive. How much is a disposable camera?
I don't know. Are they $10 or something?
I have no idea. And I suppose she said 30.
What?
Oh my goodness. Maybe with their lack of.
No, I see one right here. The one Bryce had. This is saying $18. Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, no, they're not cheap. They ain't cheap. No, that's true.
There's probably something with them getting used way less that makes them more expensive too.
Yeah, they're definitely not pumping out how many.
Scale.
Yeah, they're not pumping them out in mass production like they used to. Yeah, these Fujifilm ones at Walmart are $20.
Yeah, I mean, Big Kurt and Big West are both alluding to it in the live chat, but it really is we used to be a proper freaking country moment here, right here.
Absolutely.
We used to be a proper freaking country where you didn't have to go spend $30 to get a disposable camera.
God damn, $30. Then you got to pay like 10 to develop the damn thing.
Yeah, Brandon said then you have to buy a dark room.
Yeah, then you got to get all those chemicals to develop it. Just one thing leads to another.
Yes. So disposable cameras, they're so in this year.
Mm-hmm.
What are you drinking? Anything over there?
Oh, you know it. You know it.
I got something special. I believe this is from Big Derek from
Oh, damn.
Mass.
That looks good.
It's a Nixie, Nixie sparkling water. And I don't know if this is a regional delicacy to the Northeast because I've never heard of it before. Have you heard of this brand before?
No.
This is a black cherry lime sparkling water. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 sweeteners.
Well, it's checking the boxes.
It looks good already. Oh, that's good. Black cherry lime might be like my favorite flavor of these anyways. Like black cherry lime
It's pretty tough to
hits
beat
for me.
Okay, this is reminding me. I told Tanner this earlier this week. I was asking ChatGPT some questions about us, and like 8 times in a row, ChatGPT really thinks Tanner loves Coke Zero. Like, just everything would come up. It's like, oh, tell me some general facts about the hosts, and tell me some reoccurring segments. And every time I would ask it a question, it would just have to sneak in how much Tanner loves Coke Zero and make up like lines that it's like, yeah, like things you won't catch Tanner doing: skipping the gym and missing his Coke Zero. It's like just all these things that are so not true, but that just reminded me of that.
I don't know if I've ever even had a Coke Zero.
I'm not sure I have either.
Get it together, ChatGPT, with your M dashes and Coke Zeros. Yeah, I don't think I've probably never drinking a can of Diet Coke. I mean, I've had a sip of it before.
Oh, as a kid, I know I had some because my mom would buy it and I would get mad. And actually get Diet caffeine free Coke, which was really just felt like it was getting teased to have that be the soda option in the house. But yeah, gold can, Big Nicole knows.
I guess I'm not. I've probably said this 20 times in the last 10 years, but I don't drink pop. I haven't had a pop in a decade. I don't even know when I would have had a pop.
Well, for me, it's occasionally if we get stuck with fast food and it's like, they don't have Powerade or something, I might say, okay, give me a 7-Up or a Sprite or whatever the hell it is now. And then I might drink that, but that is about the extent of it for me. And that's a rarity.
My only caveat ever what used to be like sometimes I'd have something in a mixed drink, and I haven't had a mixed drink like that in many years right now. So I don't even know. The last time I had a sip of a pop might have been over 5 years ago. I don't even know. Like I couldn't really even say.
Time to break the streak. Go crazy.
Who needs to when you got Nixie? This is a 4.5.
What?
This is really good.
Holy.
This is really good. Anthony asks, I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm not willing to give soda a chance. Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, I guess I should have mentioned this. What I did give a chance to, big news. There's been something that people have really wanted me to do for a while. It's watch The Wire. I didn't do that.
Yeah, well, we know that.
I did start using Macrofactor. I've completed my third consecutive day.
Okay, I saw you
Macrofactor.
posted a screenshot. So you finally came around.
Yep.
I'm very curious to hear your first impressions so far.
The first day entering my food took a while.
And the first day you open the app, it's like, oh, there's a lot of shit going on here, isn't there?
Yeah, because I'm like even figuring out what I'm doing, as part of the tricky part. Second day was way less time than the first.
Did you see the copy paste, how that works?
No. See, I don't really know how that works.
Here's the easiest thing right here. I'll just give you a quick, very, very quick tutorial.
I did create for my breakfast, I created a recipe. Oh. So that's really easy because then I just
that's one way to do it. Yeah. Otherwise the other option
I literally eat the exact same thing. So it's really easy.
When you go to your food log, like if you have leftovers, this makes it really easy. So okay, let's say you're looking at today.
Yep.
You can either click the arrows at the top or swipe back to go to yesterday.
Right. Right.
And then what
Yep.
you do is like, let's say you know, find 5 items. You just click on them and it highlights them. You see it puts the check marks next to them.
Yep.
And then on the bottom, there's a copy button. And you hit copy, and you can either copy to now, which will copy it to right now. It'll copy it to today, which will copy it to the same time that it was on that day to today.
Right.
Or, you know, you can copy it to any time, or you can deselect them that way too. But
Okay.
So that's, you know,
That's good. Yeah, that's good to
that's
know.
one way
See,
that I save a lot of time right there.
See, that's what I'm needing to pick up on these things. But
and it took
like
me a
what
little
I
while to find that one. Like that wasn't super obvious to me.
even the search works better after you've used it once because then it comes
puts
up
your
even
stuff
if
in
you
your
just
favorites.
search there. So I would say the recipe thing works good though too, because I can literally just like copy, you know, I just select the recipe and that pops the whole thing in. And then also for the most part, like 90% of the time I eat the same 15 different foods.
Yeah.
So
it should be
that's
really
pretty
easy for
easy.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm just learning, I guess, as I go. I think I think tomorrow it gives me some feedback because I think you have to make 3 consecutive days before you get any kind of feedback whatsoever. And it also, you know, it's keeping me weighing myself, which I know normally would never do that frequently.
You do?
So,
okay. I didn't know if you did weigh yourself every morning or.
I mean, no, I would weigh myself like once a week maybe, or if I notice a trend, then I might do it every day for a while, but I'm never recording it. And, you know, but actually recording it is interesting. And then just looking at the macros that it gives me.
Your numbers are so crazy compared to mine.
That's it is funny too. I mean, this makes sense because you talk about it in terms of maintenance, and that's like it would make sense that it would, because I'm like, I'm not going to change the way I'm eating at first. I'm just going to literally eat the way I'm eating.
You got to understand what's going on. Yeah.
Right. But so it, like the first day it gives me a target of 41 or 4,200 calories. And how do I get the breakdown of that day? Okay. Yeah, here we go. It gives me a goal of 4186 for maintenance.
And it's making this goal based off what you told it for your like age, size, weight,
height,
activity
weight,
level.
So
it's making an educated guess for where it thinks you should be.
Tried to be really, as accurate for that stuff as possible because I know that, I understood that that's what it's going to do here. So tried to be very accurate. But so that first day, my goal is 4186. I ate 4251.
Okay.
So I was, 70 calories over.
And you would say that was a pretty normal day of eating for you?
Exactly
okay,
normal.
So,
it was
you do pretty much just eat
prototypical
4,200-ish calories a day then?
Yeah, actually what I'm finding 3 days in is some days I might eat more like 3,600 and some days I might eat more like 4,400 and the average is probably 4,100. But that particular day, coincidentally, that first day was almost exactly on the nose. And then I'm finding,
and even then, was it so calories were on the nose? Were your macros pretty close?
So what I noticed there is fat works out about exactly 3 days in a row. Now I get done with my day and I'm like fat, so I'm a goal of 139. So the last 3 days I was 134, 138, and 147. Today was a little high because I had roast beef for supper. Mainly like roast beef and macaroni and cheese, and it was just fattier. So that one meal really, I mean, even then I was over by 8 grams.
Right.
Of fat.
And the day to day doesn't matter. It's where are you sitting on, like what's your week and month trend look like? That's where we were.
But the goal, here's where I go way over. The goal is giving me like 212 for protein. My protein is, this is
212. Did you select the high or the low? Because it gives you options.
The high, I think,
Really?
but not the ultra high. There's high,
even
ultra
for me,
high.
on
mine's high.
See, for me on the high, it has me at 211 grams of protein. Then that's not the ultra high one either. Like that's
right. Mine's the one below the ultra high.
Oh, interesting.
But my actual intake is 260, and this was with no protein shakes or protein powder or
eating your food.
Yeah, this is just purely food. 264, 278, and today is 252. So I'm like automatic. I'm way over on protein.
Right.
Just
so you just must be low on carbs then.
Yes, that's the one where at the end of the night I'm like, every night I'm like over my protein by like 50.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right on the money on fat, and then I'm like 100 under on carbs because my goal on carbs every day is 520.
Yeah, and because my diet also was not as good, but I was in a similar situation where I was over on fat, a little bit under on protein, and then way under on carbs, and it was the same situation. But it's like it's a certain point, like, God damn, how many carbs do I got to eat to keep up on this thing?
Well, and it's weird too, because at the end of the day, when say I've got 300 or 400 calories left, and I'm like, well, I'm way over my protein goal. I'm right on the money on fats.
Yeah.
And I'm just under on carbs. So like
bagels, baby, bagels.
That's what I'm like, but I'm like, okay. And I know it's not only macros that matter, but I'm like, oh, so I can just like go have sugar, like, and,
go eat some cookies.
Like, and like you could hit it. I mean, that's not what I do, but since I like fruit, that's an easy thing for me to do I'm like, oh, I'll have a banana. I have an extra apple, stuff like that I don't feel like is terrible, because I'm like, I don't want to eat another bowl of just rice with nothing else right now. When no protein or fat with it.
Yeah. Like Hogan is saying here, he says he's eating a bunch of sugar treats to hit carbs. Like there's been nights where I'm like going to bed and it's like, oh, my carbs are way low. It's like, I'll hit some Oreos here. Here we go. And
right.
It's not the norm, but
that's like a mental hurdle for me, because I've been eating at least relatively health conscious for like 20 years. Mm-hmm. So I can't get to the end of night when I just need carbs and be like, okay, I guess I'll eat shit.
Dump this in.
Cause I'm like, no, I'm not sure. I get the point, but I'm like, I guess I could just not do that right now. And am I really harming myself?
Yeah, just make it up with actual real calories probably tomorrow when you go over.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Cereal is a good example though. I do like I'd eat just like the plain cornflakes with the rooster on the box.
Oh my God.
And those that's a good one where I can just a little dab of milk on those, and and I have 2 servings. It's like 76 carbs and nothing else.
Sounds like a freaking prison you're living in over here. Jesus.
I really like that. I like the plainest of cereals.
It's like, what's it in Footloose? They don't let them dance. Like in Tanner's house, they don't let them have flavor on their food.
Oh no, my kids have like, Oreo cereal stuff, but I'm like, that just is not good.
I feel like I'm keeping things pretty bland when it's like, oh, need carbs, and you go to the old Costco like French toast bagel where there happens to be almost no sugar in it, but I'm like, oh, this is bland enough. I'm just eating this plain ass bagel, which is fine with me, but I think that's on the boring side, man. Those plain frosted flakes, that's really on the boring side.
Not frosted flakes.
Or, sorry, plain flakes. Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan mentioned it. There's actually some truth to this. I think he said plain cornflakes were invented to curb masturbation. He's saying that like that's funny, but it's also like I think that's accurate.
I've heard that. I don't get how, but I've heard that.
Yeah. Anecdotally, I haven't noticed that helping yet, but guess I need to have more than that. But that's kind of what I've noticed, I guess. And actually, my initial thought after 3 days, I'm like, I guess I already had this kind of dialed in.
Yeah,
just kind of like
I think after a month you'll be like, yep, we've solved this problem. Nothing to see here.
Right. But I guess the one thing that I am a little low on is carb, but because what I'm high on is protein, what I'm about right is fat, what I'm low on is carb. It would be easy to go over with on an average day, I'm right on the money on fat. But I could see when I get to some of my weekend days or some just like where we're like, oh, we're having a frickin' pizza.
But those are also the days where it's like, why am I even bothering to track this day? Because it's just a total anomaly in all of the data, and it doesn't matter. It just gets washed away.
I could see those days there where my fat was like 250 though. Like it could definitely happen. I haven't experienced it yet, but it makes me look. Obviously, I'm looking more at what I'm at the macros. Like there's nothing that's really shocked me, but you do get a better understanding probably of what the macros are in just about every single thing you eat. But it kind of reminds me of what I saw someone post this the other day I can't remember who posted it. I'd give them credit, but 100% of the people tracking their macros are people that don't need to track their macros.
I mean,
and all the people not tracking their macros are people that need to track their macros.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, those people that religiously keep their household budget, yeah, they're kind of to the point where like they're not really the ones that need to be worried about a budget as much as the ones that are not doing jack shit for their budget, you know?
And like knowing how you eat and what you eat, and then like my own experience and the other people I hear talking about, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of all people that probably do pretty good on their diet, even if they were, it's like,
yeah, it's just kind of that accountability buddy is.
Yeah, it is. And it's really affordable. Of course, it was like $70 for a year, as you already know. And the app is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm now, even my third day in, I'm kind of figuring out what screens I like to even look at. Like I rearranged my dashboard.
Yeah.
Put my first one as my daily nutrition. Like I don't want to look at the weekly nutrition as
I don't even care
dashboard.
about the number. Yep.
I want to see the daily nutrition number. So I got that moved front and center, and I like that better.
Yep. That's exactly what I have. I have that pulled up big. So that's what you see.
Yeah. And then I do see how you can like take pictures, progress. You talked about progress pictures. I didn't realize there was a place to like save your progress. There is, pictures,
yeah, and I just don't
all
do
that stuff. And I'm like, I don't do that either. But I'm like, well, maybe I should. Like, maybe I should. I should have done it my first day of starting this, and like 1 year later, take one and be like, is there any difference? And then I'm like, okay, if there's not, I'm like,
yeah.
Also, you said this too. Your number was a little higher, and then it came down a little bit.
Right? Yeah. Like it started. It really underestimates how sedentary of a lifestyle a desk worker can live.
Well, and mine did seems maybe just like a couple hundred calories higher than what I thought too. But I did read a little bit that some people believe it does, like its margin. If it's going to err, it's going to err giving you a little bit too many calories off the beginning while it dials it in, because it doesn't want to like be error in the other direction accidentally too.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't know if it ever moves more than 100 calories might be the most I've ever seen it move in a week. For the most part on me, it's just moving up or down like 50 calories to 20 calories in a week. Like it's just tiny jumps all the time.
Yep. Yeah. So that's,
okay.
Macrofactor. I'm pretty interested. I have more to say when I've done it for like 6 months or a year.
Well, even a month from now is going to be a pretty good data set for you. I'm going to be curious just a month if you feel like you're noticing any difference as far as like, I mean, your food's going to be pretty dialed in about a week, but in like a month, if you feel like you're noticing any difference with workouts or anything like that.
Yeah, I do think, even though I'm kind of eating all the same stuff, it makes me think more about every single thing I'm eating.
Yeah.
Like, even if I'm just because I'm like, oh, I have to track it. Like, do I even want to grab that to eat right now? Because then
I've done that before too.
I'm like, to put it in. So I'm like,
this is going to be a pain in the ass to enter this thing. I'm just not going to eat this. I've totally done that before.
That exact thing. Like I've experienced that. I'm like, I don't even know. Like, do I need a handful of almonds? Like, and then I'll be like, I don't know what to put. Like, I'll just not eat them. And then that's simpler. I'm like, I'm probably already about at my fat anyways. I probably don't need a handful of almonds. I'll just want to eat that.
I can say I've drastically reduced my almond cashew consumption in the past year. I used to eat a shit ton of those things. Oh my God. To be like, oh, protein, here we go. It's like, it's mostly fat first.
Right.
But they are delicious, dude. I could devour those
especially
things.
if you get like those almonds that are like
the cocoa dusted
in chocolate.
Oh, I know.
God, those are like,
I used to just put those things down. I'm like, the bag is $15. I don't care. I need it.
I could probably get 100 grams of fat just from a little snack of those.
I think I was really, really hitting that fat level on that one.
Okay. Macrofactor, use code Massenomics. I also got a few free weeks by using code Massenomics, so doesn't get much better than that, does it?
That's the beauty of it. If you're someone like Tanner that eats pretty simply or pretty repetitively, you can get the free trial. The Massenomics gives you 2 free weeks. You might be after 2 weeks be like, yep, got this figured out. You can bounce too.
Well, the real life example of that was Big Rob at Vintage Weights had asked. he uses MyFitnessPal,
The free version.
which
Yep.
the free version, which I think does probably a decent job, but it probably kind of, having used MyFitnessPal 10 years ago and having used this week, my slightly educated opinion is that this is probably way better than MyFitnessPal.
Well, I think
free
someone
version.
said MyFitnessPal, the food scanner, is not on the free version, which I actually could not imagine having.
Oh, that would suck.
I mean, that would just be like, I'd be out like right there. And then also I cannot stand apps that have ads in them. I have a lot of apps that I pay money because I don't want to see ads when I'm trying to get shit done. And so like that alone, just not having ads
And
makes something
the
worth it to
annual
me.
subscription's the way to go, though. To not
Oh
have
yes,
to-
yeah. I mean, you're talking
you know.
$6 a month. Like it's
But and just also the charge only coming out once per year.
Well, that
is
too,
kinda,
yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
a perk of it also maybe. So
yep.
I guess we talked about Macrofactor last week, so I don't need to hammer it on
Yeah.
a whole second week
Okay.
episode.
Well, he
of
did it.
but
He did it,
that's
people.
Yep.
He did it.
So yes, even I can change.
All right. I like it. Okay, I think we got some announcements that the people need to hear. We got a couple big things.
Is this the announce? Do you need a little announcement
Well,
music?
Yeah, maybe. Bring us in a little announcement music.
Let's see here.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to hit you with an announcement here. First one, HGC. It's not Human Growth Compound. It's Home Gym Con.
Yep.
And we, as of right now, have decided we're going to have a booth at Home Gym Con next year.
Yeah, we paid for a booth. We're on the booth list now.
We put our money where our mouth is.
So come to Home Gym Con and come hang out with us there in a year
In a year
from now.
Mark your calendars. You got a year
We'll
to
talk
prepare.
more about this over the coming 12 months prior to it, along with everything else we have going on. But the idea there is, though, that we, just to let everyone know, we are going to try to make that work. It's only 2 weeks after next year's Lift Hard, Live Easy Classic.
It's going to be a logistical challenge.
Yes, it really will be. We think we have some ideas, but I think ultimately we said we don't know how we're going to do this. We're going to sign up and we're going to let future Tommy and Tanner deal with this.
So we talked through a lot of
That sounds like a
scenarios
problem
and
for
came up with a
future
lot of
us.
issues for all the scenarios. And we're like, yep, we'll just figure. Because the problem we're hitting here is, I mean, not only is it tough being like 10 days after our meet, but our meet is like our biggest 3 selling days of the entire year, which means a lot of inventory just gets knocked out. And so to have I mean, it'll be a challenge. We'll figure out something though.
Yeah, we'll figure out something. It brings, Garrett mentions here, I've heard this mentioned many times, that everyone thinks on the Hall of Fame card that Home Gym Con might have to be added to the Hall of Fame card as a check mark. I don't think we're going to add additional check marks. What I could potentially see, I'm not saying that this is a fact. I'm just saying one thing I could see making sense if the one check mark that's currently went to the Arnold, if it's went to the Arnold or Home Gym Con, if it's a slash.
Okay.
But I don't think it would be retroactive. It wouldn't be like that you ever went to Home Gym Con. It would be if we ever made that amendment that it would be, went to the Arnold or went to Home Gym Con starting in 2026. When there is a Massenomics booth.
Presence. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as the booth goes, I could see how maybe that would be allowed.
Right. It's not set in stone, but it's just a thought. See, a lot of people seem to be petitioning for that, but then again, that also makes me want to not do it.
I know. It can't just be at the whims of everyone else.
Yeah. It'll just be like, next we'll start letting people win awards to get that check mark on the Hall of Fame card.
Okay. And we do have another announcement, Tanner.
Go on. Oh, wait a second.
Gonna hit you with another announcement here. We're taking a trip. Where are we going, Tanner?
Home Gym Con. Oh, wait, we already did that one. We are going Cali? No, we already did that one. Cali?
SoCal,
Cali?
baby. Here we go.
We're going back to Cali to do more
Run it
home gym
back.
tours. Yeah. We're going to Ohio. We are going to the north. Our next, this is a big announcement. Our next home gym tour will be to the northeast. We're going to, most specifically, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and possibly a bit of Massachusetts in there.
Mm-hmm.
We've got most of the itinerary already planned out and solidified. So a big home gym tour coming on this one. We've got a insane schedule. We looked at it again today. I think it's doable. It is sheer insanity, the number of places we're going and the amount of time we're doing it.
It's wild. Like to the point where like, could we sneak in one more? We're like, I mean, we're already talking like a 16-hour day here. Like,
yes,
yeah. It's really fun to just keep saying we'll do all of these, but we do remember we are people at the end of it, and like at the end we're like, yeah, I don't want to talk for a week now.
No, and I guess I even said it today while we were just finalizing some of that. I'm like, I do like to say we have no limits, and I like to believe that we can do anything. Yeah. But as we're actually mapping a couple of those out, I'm like, that is like 3 20-hour days in a row. Like, how can we actually, like, we can't never sleep for 3 days. Like, that's not,
and like,
we never
sleep. When we never planned food breaks, and like the first day starts at 4 a.m. and if everything goes perfect, it ends at like 11 p.m. And yeah, it's wild the way we do this, but it's what's worked. And man, we got some star power in this next one, don't we?
We do. I guess we won't.
We can't spill the beans. But anyone? I mean, obviously, we got people that are deep in the Massenomics circle here. But we've even branched out to. We have some X Factor people in this one too. That
we do.
I think people will be pleasantly surprised to see.
Yeah, and a lot of crew, of course.
Yes.
It's crew led for the most part. Hogan says, "Where was that?" Like, this is actually an interesting point. He says, I don't know what arrangement Tanner has with work, but I want this much PTO. The way we do these, that's the thing. We're not so what happens is I end up working like 20 days in a row because we go on weekends.
Well, yeah, we leave Friday morning at 4 a.m. and we get back Sunday night. So it's like,
I get back Sunday at 2 a.m.
Well, yeah, you get back Sunday at 2 a.m.
Monday morning at 2 a.m. and go back to work on Monday, in 6 hours after that. So what happens is I don't actually hardly take any PTO. Mm-hmm. I just work for, 14 days. Like, I just always kind of playing catch up.
Right. Outside of the Arnold, all of the trips we've done, I don't know if we've ever missed more than like a regular, like a Friday. Like the Friday is basically all we've ever missed.
Yeah, sometimes it's maybe a Thursday and a Friday. I guess, have we done that before or not?
Maybe Juji's when we did the Ego Olympics, but outside of that, I think it's always we leave on a Friday, don't we?
You might be right.
I mean, the California trip we left on a Friday. The Columbus trip, I think we left on a Friday.
I mean, if we do this right, we'll leave on Friday morning at, we'll probably get up from your house at like 4 a.m. or whatever the crazy time is.
Yep.
On Friday morning, and I'll get back to Aberdeen at 2 a.m. Monday. And back to, so it is, we basically are not working Friday, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we do make it work, actually. But if we do this right, in that little bit of time, taking like 1 day of PTO, we'll get 9 gym tours and 12 YouTube videos in general.
Yeah, it'll be roughly 3 months of 3 months of YouTube content will come from a weekend.
Yeah. And people posting the map and stuff. What's getting really cool about the certified training facility map is we're able to hone in on a pretty tight area now. Mm-hmm. So some people might be saying, oh, dang, you're going to the Northeast. Are you going to get mine? And it's probably not on this trip, but there's so many pockets in there that we have opportunity. Like, we're not even sniffing like that, New Jersey, Pennsylvania,
New York City,
like that even that just slightly southwest of where we're at.
And all three of those that we just said could all be their own trip completely.
Right.
And like that's
And
at the
then,
point where we're pretty much breaking it, is that like we're taking these little, because otherwise it's just so much travel time that all of a sudden you spend half of the entire trip in the car. So we're like taking these really tight pockets where we can hit a ton of people within a couple hour radius, and that's what makes them so efficient.
Right. Yeah, because there's a lot of areas there where we'll have opportunities for trips, which is good. It's job security where it's like we already have an endless amount of trips we could make with this. This one's going to be fun, though. I'm pretty excited. And actually, I would hate to make what I was saying earlier. We're way jam-packed with time. It's all really, really fun.
Oh, God, it is. It actually,
Like,
it absolutely is.
It's all a blast. Like, it never stops being fun the entire time. But that we still have to recognize our like physical limitations of even being able to
it's like,
human limitations.
Gone to 6 different people's houses, 8 hours in the car, don't really eat anything good, super sleep deprived. But yeah, it still is. It is a ton of work, but it is fun.
It is fun. So very excited about it. What's honestly not fun is just like being back at work the day
That's
after
the
one
worst
of
of it.
these, and
Back
I'm like,
to regular
okay,
life.
God. And I do have this thing since I work in an office. I've brought it up before, but there is this thing where we go do Massenomics stuff, and it's like, oh, we're the cool Massenomics guys, and
everyone's excited to see you and super nice.
Yeah, like people want to get a picture with you and do all this fun stuff, and then you go to work and it's like, hey, dipshit, do your job.
And you got those reports ready yet? Like,
yeah. Yes. Anything else we want to reveal on that? Did we say when that is? Are we saying when that is? It's next month,
yeah,
really.
it's in September.
At this point. Yeah.
Stay tuned for more.
Yeah. Jake says waiting for the home gym tour telethon, 24 to 36 hours nonstop. Yeah, we just don't stop. We just keep pumping them out constantly. Like we literally just home gym tour, and we live stream the whole thing, even the travel in
rides,
between.
Even the
and
car
it's just all completely live streamed with Minnie for like 424 straight hours. You could do that. You could find a spot in the map where it could you could do that.
Doable.
Because he could be recording the live stream the whole time, and you actually recording the final videos headed for the final product.
Oh, God. It would be a lot.
Yeah.
It'd be the thing of being in the car like, oh, I'm so tired. Okay, one more. Here we go. Like, all right.
We do have to do that sometimes because you can't be asleep when you're recording.
Yeah, you do.
YouTube
You got to do the
video.
thing where you like kind of jump in place. And you're like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go now.
Yeah.
Shake around.
Once you get
bit.
going, it's fine. You just like sometimes it just takes a minute to get the vibes right again.
Well, actually, Garrett has a good point here. Said you don't even have all the Ohio gym tours posted yet, do you? Today, Big
last
Hogan's
one
was the last of the Ohio gym tours. And when was that trip? In May?
I can't remember at all now.
Here, I always got to go back to my camera roll and look because I have all the photos in it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the first day was May 3rd, June, July, August. It took 3 months, and we finally got everything from the Ohio trip posted.
It's been 86 years. Should we do supporting our supporting members?
Yeah.
Maybe while I do that, you should find a certified training facility for us. I'm going to pull that up too. That's massenomics.com/certified. Okay. So supporting our supporting members is a relatively new segment of the Massenomics podcast where we give those that support us, we try to give them a little recognition back in return. Our list of supporting members continues to grow. It's gotten to be pretty significant. So some weeks there's quite a few people to give shout outs to. And this week is one of those weeks. We got several on here. If you want to become a supporting member, head over to massenomics.com/join. That's where you can get signed up. You see all of our different supporting member options. And you get to listen to the pre-show. You get to listen to the podcast live if you want to. You get early access to drops whenever we put anything out. You get a special discount code. It's how you get signed up for the Lift Hard, Live Easy Classic Powerlifting or Strongman event each summer. Whole bunch of stuff. But probably the best thing, we actually made big progress on that this week. the 2026, this mid 2026 mailer that we're sending out to all supporting members is really coming together now. When do you think we'll have, like, the line in the sand has not been placed yet?
Yeah,
but
I mean the creative part is just about done, which means we're about to hit the button to send to production here.
Yep.
We'll make sure to get a few extra. So yeah, there's not a firm line in the sand yet, but by the time you're listening to this, time is ticking.
Yeah, and you're not going to want to miss it. I personally got to get my eyes on what this is going to look like for the first time this week.
Tanner did see it with his eyes, so
it's going to turn out pretty freaking cool. I would absolutely, I would be so mad. I would be so disappointed. I'm not even mad. I would be straight up disappointed in us. If you're sitting out there considering, or even remotely have ever considered joining up, and you're just like, oh, I don't know, I'll do it someday, and you're not doing it now before that, it's nobody's fault but our own. At that,
we have failed you.
I'm ashamed in us.
We could be a better
signing
influence.
Up. Right. I blame, because we're the only two that really know what this is. Everyone else is just out there maybe speculating and guessing and just listening what we have to say about it. So it's our job to make sure people understand. And I don't know, if we're not doing a good enough job, I apologize in advance, because I really want people to get signed up for this.
Mm-hmm.
It would be an absolute embarrassment if you didn't.
I can't think of anything worse.
It would be the worst thing that's ever happened to you in your life. If you're listening to this show, you're not a supporting member, and you don't get signed up prior to this next mailer, which is going to be very soon, that is a very bad thing. So this week, supporting our supporting members, Big Matt Cesney. That's right. Let's hear it for this. You know, when you hear that sound, there's another MSS NMX plate.
Oh,
that's off the board. New York State is off the board.
Damn, that's a big state too.
Yeah. Big Matt got it for his Toyota Tundra, I believe. Is that the full-size pickup?
That is the full size.
I think that's what that was. So MSS NMX is off the board. I'm curious to see the full updated list from Big Scants, how many we've got now exactly, because it's growing, because Ryan Erickson popped off the board Iowa earlier this year. So we got a couple more. It's got to be like 12. Okay, Big Nile lost 205 pounds now officially. He's went from 385 down to 180.
Damn.
He says now it is officially time to get strong.
That's a person. He lost a whole adult.
Yes. Big Dr. Jake from State Farm, a big family PR. They welcomed Big Emery to the family. So congratulations, Big Dr. Jake, on the family PR. Is he listening live? He was here earlier, I think. But if you talk to Big Dr. Jake, tell him congrats. Big Kidney competed in the British Transplant Games, got gold in the discus and silver in the javelin event.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty sweet. The Big Baugh family competed in their first powerlifting meet. It was the USAPL Arizona Summer Sizzle. Sweet meet name for sure. Like the Summer Sizzle.
Yeah.
It was their family of 4 that all competed together, and they got 4 first places in each of their respective age and weight division classes.
A clean sweep.
Yeah, for the Baugh family. Baugh with a baugh. Bang to bang, diggy diggy.
I think they say that.
Or do you say Bo? B-A-U-G-H. Maybe it's Bo.
Probably Bo.
Yeah, you think it's
I
Bo?
like Ba with the Ba a little more.
Yeah, we're going Ba. Ba. It's probably Bo, isn't it? Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. Big Hunter competed in Maryland State Championship Strongman event. He did well, pulled a PR on the frame with 605 pounds deadlift. Big Dan competed at the LLB9 Memorial Strongman Show. Big Chris was there judging, and Big Heath was also there helping out. Big Sam competed at Dublin, Ohio Irish Festival's Stone of Strength contest. and we can only assume that he did not warm up for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a safe assumption.
We got a big, I believe this is the Baugh family. He's weighing in. It is, in fact, Baugh, like Baugh with the Baugh.
Okay, well, here we go.
Right. I like it. That's
Even
much better then. Even if he's lying, I appreciate him letting us know that.
Where are you seeing this at?
That was in the Zoom chat.
Oh, okay.
So we got to direct him over to the Discord chat.
Baugh with the
where
Baugh
it's
right
much
there.
more
Okay,
happening.
very
Yeah.
good.
Big Nick G competed in his first meet on July 19th, same day as the Lift Hard Live Easy Classic, but it was in fact not the Lift Hard Live Easy Classic. He competed in the Iowa Games. So well done on your first meet, Big Nick. But hey, if you're that close, you're Iowa competing on July 19th, we got to get you up to the Lift Hard Live Easy Classic next time. Big Nick. And that is it for this week's edition of Supporting Our Supporting Members. Please, if you remember nothing else, remember to go get signed up for a supporting membership soon. Tommy, did you find us a certified training facility?
Well, just one observation I want to make here. You were kind of sneaky with this. You've added the jackets to the map, which I love seeing those on there. That is great.
Oh, those old things?
It's amazing seeing those. But one little observation I have here from a geographic standpoint is that
West.
there is not a single jacket west of the Mississippi on this map.
The farthest west jacket is Perfect Little Sweetie in
Oh,
Sioux
shit.
Falls.
Okay, sorry. That's buried. Yep. So there's one west of the Mississippi then, huh?
Yeah, that is the far. It's buried because Crew Falls has so many freaking certified training facilities. in it now.
It's a hotbed.
There is a hotbed.
Yep.
There's a few hotbeds around, and Crew Falls is one of them.
Damn, yes, it is. And a lot of
yes,
them.
the jackets. It's fun to see. Also, two jacket members, Dodzilla and Brad the Pad, are very close to each other. There must be something in the water in Lake Michigan.
I like seeing in Sioux Falls how many of the certified training facilities have videos to go with their.
That's true, and hopefully only going to get to be more in the coming months.
Sweet.
Yeah, the certified training facility map, ever changing, ever developing, always new additions, well over 320 certified training facilities now on that map.
Man, you can just get lost in that thing.
Rogue Fitness be damned. Yours will not be as good as ours.
No, we have the numbers. We will not be silenced. What part of the country should we go to? I'm getting, I don't know. Where do you think we should go to here?
Oh, dealer's choice.
Yeah.
Whatever you think, I'm down.
Well, I can't. Okay, didn't we just do like the Northeast last week, or am I imagining things?
Yeah, we did.
So maybe should we head down the coast?
That works for me. I'll take a little trip down the coast.
Let's see. A lot of these don't.
Yeah, we were just at Angband Gym last week, which is a Lord of the Ring reference.
Yeah, I didn't catch on that. Haven't been paying a ton of attention to Lord of the Rings.
All the
lately,
Lord of the
though. I'm
Ring.
a little out of the game.
Yeah. How about in just north of Raleigh in the Carolinas, I see one called Pain and Snuggles.
I was just on that one here.
How about Pain and Snuggles? Pain and Snuggles.
Here we are. Okay.
In North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. All right. Let me pull this up. Okay, we ready to do this?
Yeah, what do we see there in Pain and
Okay,
Snuggles?
first photo. We have a garage gym here, above ground garage gym, and in the corner, we got some horse stall mats down. We got a, what would you call that? What is that? A half rack with the like storage on the back? I feel like there's a better name for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess it's like the collegiate half rack style sort of thing, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of what it is.
It's like the old Larry. It's like the old Larry rack
It
from
is.
the gym.
It's 100%. It is the Larry rack.
We
got
really
a
actually
bench.
look. It might be. It almost
But it's
is
got the
that
flat
rack,
foot.
isn't it?
It's got the flat foot to it. I mean, it's
Right.
very similar. Very similar. Yeah.
Right.
Got Got the bench banner in the corner. We got some ghost banners. So they've been around a little while. If you got a ghost banner,
That's true.
we have a Rogue bench out front. I think that's a Thompson Fat Pad. It's hard to tell though from this.
Yeah,
angle.
presumably it is. Yeah.
I can also
would
see a
say so.
garage fridge, which got to have one of those
Yep.
when you're getting a good workout in. If we look at
He's an Eagles fan though.
yeah, an
in
Eagles fan,
North Carolina.
I don't know about that, but if we look at the next photo, we got some kids watching a lifting video on screen, which I like to see.
But is that in Juji Mufu's house or not? Like, is that a Massenomics video?
No, it's an EliteFTS video. You can see there's the EliteFTS logo in the corner.
Oh, okay. That's what that is. Okay.
Pretty
gotcha.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the West Side. Is it the Scout? Is that the folding reverse
Yeah,
hyper?
that's the Scout foldable mobile reverse hyper.
Yeah. Got some storage on the wall, different, band peg, our bands. I don't know, some attachments, wrist wraps, things like that. But
He's got
also
a
collection.
heater.
Yeah, a collection of fans. So got some temperature control going on there too.
Yeah, North Carolina probably gets a little muggy in there. On that's about it at Payne and Snuggles, right?
Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy, but very, very just all the essentials, everything you need to.
Yep.
What I would
He's got.
say, get strong.
Oh yeah, so you do think he could get strong?
Oh,
there.
hell yeah. Oh, you know what other little Easter egg here behind the rack, Tanner? I don't know if you see, he's got that EliteFTS poster that we have in the gym too. Do you see that behind the rack? Of the little boy. It's Dave's boy inside the bottle.
Oh, that's Larry Legend as a
we
young
said
child.
when Larry was a child. Yeah,
I love
one.
that poster. I think
Yep.
I told Dave when we were there last that we have that poster up at the gym. We talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah, because he's like, yeah, that was my boy. He was like 3.
Yeah.
And he gave him like a cookie and told him to sit there.
And I said, that's not right. That's Larry when he was little.
What the hell? We've been lied to.
Did you say, too, how he has the Cadillac bar? You might have said that.
Actually, no, we probably didn't touch on the bars enough. There is the
Yeah.
Cadillac bar. There is an SSB back there, too.
Yeah, and I think he's got chains on the wall there, too, doesn't he?
It
Yeah.
looks like it.
So you did confirm that he could get strong here.
Oh,
right, for sure.
hell yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
pain and snuggles inside that gym.
All right. If you have a home gym or any kind of gym whatsoever and you have not signed up to become a certified training facility, if you have not tried to become a certified training facility, I just have one question left for you.
Now what the hell are you waiting for?
Yep. Stop waiting. The time is now.
His gym is located in Wake Forest. Would you say Chris Paul is your favorite Wake Forest basketball alum, or would you say Tim Duncan?
Oh, Tim Duncan.
Or would you
Big
say Muggsy
fundamental.
Bogues?
I didn't know that that's where Muggsy Bogues went even. Did you just know that?
I didn't know Muggsy Bogues. I knew Chris Paul and
Okay.
Tim Duncan, but I didn't know. I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know
was gonna
Muggsy.
say,
I had to look
that's-
that one up.
I'm like, that's impressive that you knew that. I know those other two, but
Big Muggsy Bogues fan over here.
I don't really like Chris Paul very well.
Mm.
So I'm going to have to go Tim Duncan. He's obviously the better player.
Yeah.
He's the best player to ever come out of there. But
Yeah.
it's a big fundamental. I guess I'll go Tim Duncan.
How about Jeff
Muggsy
Teague?
Bogues. I guess I know who that is. Who's fifth on the list? Let me go until I don't even have never heard of them before. Who's fifth? Let me see if I've never heard of the fifth.
No, they're not ranked.
Can
I'm
you find
just,
it? Come up with another one. But
Dickie Hemrick. He played in
okay.
1951.
so I know 4 Wake Forest basketball players of all time. 3 well, 4th I familiar with Jeff Teague, but
We just named every high point of Wake Forest basketball for the last 60 years.
what about football? Do they have a football team?
I mean, I would imagine they would have a football team. Let's
Who
see.
is
Wake
the
Forest
best player
football
ever to
alum.
have played football at Wake Forest?
Yeah, Aaron Curry, a standout linebacker in 2008. I don't know him.
Yeah, nope.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Speaking of EliteFTS, this week's episode is brought to you by EliteFTS. Check them out at EliteFTS.com. Their semi-annual equipment sale is live as we speak. It should still be live for a little bit while this comes out. There's sales on several things, including bands at 25% off. Here's the sweetest deal. Some of these sale items, like including bands, you can still use discount code Massenomics with that. It'll save you even more, save you another 10%. So if you are in the market for any bands, now would be the perfect time to buy them. You can get them at 35% off with discount code Massenomics. And a bunch of the equipment is 15% off. I think the SS yoke bar is 15% off. Tommy, what do you, if you're going to just, the EliteFTS safety squat bar, if you're going to reference that bar, what words do you say? Because Dave says something.
It's the SS
Dave
yoke bar.
says the SS yoke bar, and that's not always what so I try to say that now because Dave specifically says the
I didn't
SS
start
yoke
saying that
bar.
until somewhat recently, because to me it was just like, to me it is the safety squat bar.
Right.
Like,
so you'd say the SSB.
like, to me, everything else is it is the standard. Everything else is an imitator. So to me, it gets the title of the safety squat bar, but yes, to be specific, it is the SS yoke bar, which I have started saying more recently too.
Yeah, I really did, because that's what Dave says. Like, if he talks about it, like when we have talked to him in conversation, he always says the SS yoke bar.
Mm-hmm.
So I just picked up on that, but yeah, EliteFTS.com, our newest sponsor of the show. Check them out. Discount code Massenomics.
This episode is also brought to you by Build Fast Formula. BuildFastFormula.com. They have just what works. You can level up your life with innovative, clinically dosed and research-backed supplements that just work. You know, none of that crazy mumbo-jumbo crap that they're pumping into everything nowadays. You know, they're back to when we used to be a proper country, when you just get your freaking supplements. And they just worked. You say, well, what do you get there? What do they got? What's going on? I think a great place to start is their protein. The 80-20 protein, to be specific. They got great flavors like vanilla ice cream, chocolate lava cake, Cinnadoodle, and peanut butter chocolate. I've had them all. They're all tasty. They're all delicious. They're all high in protein, low in the other crap you don't need. They're just good supplements. If you need something with a little pick-me-up to it, they got you covered there too. You can check out their Full Blitz, Vaso Blitz, or I always mix this up. Full Blitz, Vaso Blitz, or Blitz 3D. All variations of pre-workouts, from caffeine to no caffeine to caffeine and dual nitric oxide support, all mixed together. Little something for everyone there in a variety of tasty flavors as well. If you head on over to buildfastformula.com and use code Massenomics, you can save 10% on your next order. It's buildfastformula.com. Code Massenomics will save you 10%. Thank you, Build Fast Formula.
Thanks, Build Fast. Should we kick out all these live listeners finally?
Oh my God, they're still
Been
in
like
here?
a thorn on my freaking side all night.
Finally, we can start the show.
Yeah, we're going to get to our title topic right here finally.
Almost.
No.
Once they're out of here.
All right, we're going to get right into our title topic this episode now.
Can we finally just jump right in?
Yeah, we're getting right into it this week, right after the 1 hour and 3 minute mark.
Right after we had our 30-minute ad marks at the hour mark.
We're hopping right into the title topic.
Moving right along.
1 hour in, because this is going to be the title topic. I'm going to hit you with, let's see. Tommy, what's the title of this topic?
Oh, that's what that sound means? I was just waiting for it to go again and again. This week's title topic is optimal exercises for a home gym.
All right.
And you ask, where does that come from? What the hell does that mean? What's optimal? This came from a little conversation I had with Tanner recently. I was saying, we got done with the meet, loading up a new program in Juggernaut. I'm on a bridge block, which means we're looking at volume. We're looking at doing different stuff. We're getting away from the competition list. We're giving the old norm a break for a little bit. We're changing it up. And this time I thought, you know what? I really want to change it up because I've been doing a lot of the same shit. It's like, it's the time to do something different, experiment, have fun, try different things and see what's out there. And the realization I had is I've done a lot of the same exercises my entire life. I actually don't mind. I don't mind. You know, a lot of people get bored of doing the same thing. I don't mind doing the same thing. It does not bother me at all. But maybe there's something out there. Maybe there's something better that I'm missing this whole time. And you go into Juggernaut. You go into, let's say Juggernaut says, pick a bicep exercise. And you click the button. And there's, I don't know, do you think there's 30 to pick from, Tanner?
There might be. There's a lot.
Depending on the exercise, same thing. You go to a tricep exercise. There might be 25 to pick from. And I've done like half of them in the list. A few of them I'd never heard of. A few of them I probably would never do. But where I started thinking at this, and this is, especially in this phase of training, it has a fair number of accessories and a lot of volume to go with them.
Yep.
And it's like, you know, I did in the last meet prep change up my accessories more than I had previously. And I felt like that actually did work pretty damn well for me. I feel like I got some really good carryover doing some different things. And especially on the bench, I think it helped my bench a lot doing some different face pulls and just doing some different tricep exercises, like things I hadn't done. And I think I was rewarded for that. And I thought, well, can we do this with all muscle groups? Can we optimize every muscle group? But the problem with 30 some options to pick from is you don't really know if something's working until you've done it for a few months. You know, it's hard to say. Like you might get sore from something.
You can't do something one time.
No. Even doing something one time, it might be a great exercise. You might do it once and be like, I don't know, that just felt off. I'm not doing that one. But if someone was like, no, trust me, this is a good one, you'll stick it through. And just looking at the timeline, if you say 30 exercises and I don't know, you got to try it for a couple months. I mean, it's years. It would be years to go through all of these. And I ain't got years right now. I'm 36. My time is ticking, man. I got someone, they got to give me the shortcut. I need answers. Yeah. And what I have, well, how do you find these answers? It's a great question. What I did is I went to YouTube and I type in best exercises for whatever I'm looking for. And there's a little fella named Jeff Nippard that has a whole series.
Never heard of her.
He's one of them science-based guys. Have you heard about this? Have you seen this?
Have you seen this science-based lifting? Have you seen this?
He to his credit, he actually I don't really follow his stuff. In my process of doing this was the most I'd ever watched his videos ever. I thought, his videos are pretty good actually. I can see why he has a large following online. But most
of his videos I've seen is when Dr. Mike has a clip of his videos.
I know that was pretty much my extent with them too. But he does have a playlist of best exercises for whatever. And so he has like a best bicep exercise, best tricep, best back, best maybe glute, best quad. There's like 7 of them, which hit for the most part all the major muscles. And you know, he's coming at this from I think he says purely hypertrophy standpoint. Like, you know, he's not like saying, oh, the squat's the best exercise. Everything else is dumb.
Bench.
Yeah. He's not saying, oh, the best back exercise is a deadlift and everything else just sucks. Like that's not where he's coming from on this. But so I start looking at this list, and I thought, all right, I'm going to take one for first here. Triceps. This is one that I am very excited to hit because, admittedly, I haven't done my extent of my tricep exercises are dips, which some people say is the squat of the upper body. I'm not sure if you've heard this, Tanner.
Have you heard about this? Have you heard about squatting for the upper body as dips?
But my go-to on triceps are dips, some tricep push downs, and I don't know, skull crushers. That'd probably be
tricep push downs, the leg extension of the upper body.
Yes. What do you like to do for triceps? Not getting into the next one here, but like what have you traditionally done?
I like to do skull crushers, lying, easy bar, straight bar, or dumbbell skull crushers. I can do any 3 variations of that. With dumbbells, you can do like a rolling thing almost where you're rolling. I also like to rotate this in and out where I use this SS yoke bar and do the
JM press.
JM press, which is still like very skull crusher adjacent. So I like all of those.
Okay. Yep.
I do rotate out push downs. I actually like the straight bar tricep push downs is my favorite. I like that a lot better than the rope. So I like a straight long bar, rotate that in and out. Also, that's the easiest thing because Some days it depends. Some days
the
I'm
setup.
after an easy, and just literally easier.
Oh yeah, something
'Cause
that's
it's
not gonna
like-
just rock you.
It's like someone that was talking to me about, it might have been your brother or someone else at the gym the other day, or maybe it was even Larry, or where it's like, well, yeah, you can kind of make Juggernaut as easy or as hard as you want to across the board, because when it comes time to do a quad exercise,
Oh, dude.
you can do the leg extension, or you can do single leg elevated
Yeah, or go do
whatever
go
squats,
do 20
you know.
walking lunges, 3 sets
Right.
of those, and you're like, is this conditioning? Like, what the hell am I doing here? It's so
Right.
hard. Yeah.
So there's all these variations. So on some days when I'm just fried and I'm still like, I can do something, then I'll do a tricep pushdown, because I'm like, it is. I don't know if there's a lift other than like a standing bicep curl that's quote unquote less demanding on your body to do than the tricep pushdown. Not saying that you can't get I actually like the tricep pushdown.
Right,
But I'm just saying,
it's hard
like,
to like get done with those and be like, oh baby, like I gotta take a seat for a minute.
I need
here.
to sit down.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine
Like,
if you hit the tricep push down so hard you had to take a seat
Right.
afterwards? Like,
right.
like,
Right.
you're bending over, gasping.
Like, I'm not
for
saying
air.
you can't get a sick burn in your tricep,
Yeah.
but, and I guess I'm cheating because we actually already talked about this, but the one I've been doing, and I think this is one you talked about though, is I do a seated cable facing away from the cable machine, overhead tricep extension, and not like it's overhead and back. It's pulling
Yep.
me back,
Pulling you from
down a
behind.
little bit, but mostly pulling me backwards. Cause it does. And I know people like make fun of the stretch thing, but like,
dude,
it does get
does.
like it does pull your triceps back as far as anything possibly could.
And this is where, so on his list for tricep extensions, so his, he has S through F tier. His S tier is the, like you just said, the facing away from the machine, overhead tricep extension. And then he
And
also
for
has,
hypertrophy, I get it.
Yeah.
Because once you do it, you're like, oh, ouch.
well, yeah. And then he also has the lying down skull crushers. And his point is to make sure you're not bringing it to your skull, but it's like, it's really arching back behind you.
And anecdotally, I agree with that just from what I picked up myself, because you can just move farther than that way. You're not stopping there. You're able to like really.
Yep. And
stretch it.
that's what, and I'm going to get into some details on how I'm accomplishing some of these, but I was able to do that facing away from the machine, the overhead tricep extension for the first time today. I'm like, dude, I think this is the one right here, man. Like this is, I'm very excited about that. So, that's my point of this whole conversation is I would have never in a million years have came to that. I mean, that exercise doesn't exist in Juggernaut. And not that that's the end all be all, but it doesn't even exist in Juggernaut. So I would have never got to that exercise if it wasn't for me watching this video. And so that alone got me pretty excited for some of this. And that's the S tier. If you look into the A tier on triceps.
Does he say seated or standing with
he
that?
does
Because
he says standing.
And I like the seated way better just because I started with standing on those, but my trouble was I'm like, my balance could like, I literally like could lose my balance. And then even though I don't want to, I'm using like too much body momentum for the lift sometimes. So then when I did it seated, I'm like, now I have no way to do body momentum.
Yep.
And that was just something that I like just for, and it probably depends on your exact equipment setup even.
So that's another, yes. And the equipment part is a big part of this. And we'll touch on that in a minute, but so that was the tricep one I liked. Let's see, for bicep curls. That was another one where leading into this prep, I had never done incline bicep curls where you just lean back. And to me, that is a game changer once you do those compared to just standing bicep curls, because with the standing bicep curl, you can rest at the bottom. And when you're on the incline, it's ungodly uncomfortable to be at the bottom.
The biggest rest when you do incline
is at the top of the movement.
It is. It is. Like that's the point in time where it feels the least painful is when you're actually all the way up.
It's like you almost dread the bringing it down more than you do the actual weight itself, because
the only place you can rest is when you have it at the like that's the only rest to that.
And I thought that was interesting because on his list he has that as an A tier for bicep curls. He really likes the preacher curl, and I've never been a big preacher curl guy. I don't like those a whole lot. But his S tier, his S plus tier is the I'd never heard of this term before. Is it the Bayesian curl? And that's the cable where you're facing away from the machine again, and you're just doing, basically using your D handles, and you're doing cable curl, D handle curls away from the machine. And he, in an ideal world, you would get the cable up so it's more about waist level, so that it's always kind of pulling straight back on you.
Okay.
And that's his very top tier one, which I thought was an interesting pick. So that's something I'm also going to try and do in my gym as well. And then what else is on the list here? Oh, back. I thought the list for the back exercises.
What's his top back pick?
Yeah, I thought this was interesting because on his S tier, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 exercises in his S tier. His A tier has 10. His B tier has like 6. C tier has 3. D has 0, and F has like 6 exercises in it. So, I mean, he's covering a lot of exercises.
Right.
As you can imagine, his F tier would be like planks where you're also doing dumbbell rows at the same time. And it's like, well, yeah,
Sure.
you're doing
Okay, well,
two
duh,
shitty
yeah.
exercises. Like that would
Right.
make sense. S tier, he has lat pull downs. He has the V grip lat pull downs. Do you ever do those?
I guess I only do because I don't use. So you're talking about the actual
Like the little V
that-
attachment where your arms are 6 inches apart.
I do because we have the mag grip one, so I do that one sometimes.
Okay.
But the narrower you go, the more weight you can do. But what I always like the grip, because say we have the 3 different grip.
Yep.
And
The
the wider
really wide
you go,
one's hard.
yeah, the widest one you can do the least weight. But I always figure out an RPE sense, like it makes sense to do all of them because I'm like, oh, when I do the narrowest one, you can put the most weight on, but you get to the same relative reps in reserve or RPE just by manipulating the weight.
Yeah.
But I do that. I do use a little bit of all of them.
Yeah, and then he has, because this is more hypertrophy, like it is a lot of cable stuff he has in
Right,
here.
right.
He has the one where you're like kneeling and doing like the single arm pull. I can't even.
I
think
would
of which-
find that impossible to
see. That's
anything out of that. Like I just don't feel like I have it in me to make that work.
Yeah, I think yeah. And then is it the medals row where you're kind of doing like the landmine thing where you're like pulling up on one side of it at a time? Do you know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Grabbing the end
you
of the
know what?
barbell.
Where does he put? You know what exercise I could never? What's that back where you like? You say you keep straight arms out and you
Like the lat pull
it's
down,
not
like
a-
the prayer or whatever. They
Yeah.
you said-
What's that? Like it's really hard to take the triceps out of that. to me
see,
and
and
make
that's
it a lat
what
movement.
he even says that in the video on that one. He says it can be hard to get the tricep. I can't do it. I
Okay.
can't take my triceps out of that one.
No.
That's why.
What is that? What the hell is the name of that? Like a pullover, or like
Yeah,
a pull
like
down.
a lat pullover
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah,
or like
yeah, that sort of.
a lat push down. Maybe is that what it is? I
Right,
don't
whatever.
know.
Yeah, I'm just missing the whatever it is. But like I've tried those before, and I do not like that because it turns into a tricep exercise. No matter how much I try to avoid that.
Yeah, I don't like that one. His other S tier ones would be like a chest supported row. Kind of similar like the hammer strength one.
Yeah.
And then also he has seated rows on there as all his S tier items. And then he puts pull-ups in an A tier. And then I saw in another video, he said like, I famously put these in an A tier, but in the past year I've done all these pull-ups and now pull-ups are an S tier item for me. I think just the thing with pull-ups is they're hard to,
The scaling,
You know,
and
it's
stuff
just
is
like-
different, and
like you're pretty good if you can do 10 pull-ups,
Right,
like you're pretty
right.
damn good. And that was also for me, I think why my bench went up this year is that I got a lat pull down machine. So I wasn't stuck just trying to crank
just
up
only doing
pull-ups all the
pull-ups,
time.
yeah.
It's easier to
Right.
just get more volume in when you're doing lat
Yep.
pull downs. So that was his back one. Nothing too crazy to me on that one. Let's see what else is next on the list that we haven't covered here. Oh, shoulder one. I thought this was interesting. This was another big one for me this last year. When I think this was huge. It stuck out to me when we were at Juji's the one time. Or did I say? I meant to say shoulders. I don't know if I said shoulders or not.
yeah, that's what you said.
When we're at Juji's, I remember he had his little pulley system rigged up where we were pulling on it, and you were kind of scarecrows, I think is what he's calling them. And I remember it just
Right.
felt like my rear delts were lighting up, like I had not
Right,
felt that before.
right.
And my takeaway from that was, okay, I think there's a deficiency here, and that's when I got this idea from looking at this was I can do the seated, like I can put my feet on my low row plate. I can do the seated face pulls with the Spud Inc. long ab strap from the top,
Yep.
Attachment point.
Yep.
And I hammered those things. And I think that was like huge for me building up my, delts, upper back, that area. And I don't know,
Yep.
did it help my bench? I think it did. Definitely didn't hurt it. That's for sure.
Right,
And
right.
I partly got that idea from here, but his favorite, his S plus delt exercise is the D handle. It's where you stand parallel with the cable machine and you let it kind of pull you across. and then you do basically just like kind of, you know, the lateral raise with the cable.
Yep.
And so he really likes that one. This one actually is just a ton of like cable. It's the crossovers. It's, you know, pec deck. It's things like that are for his shoulder exercises. So again, nothing too crazy there. S plus. Okay, when we're looking at glute exercises, I think we talked about this one a while ago, but his number one was lunges.
Okay.
And this is where I started doing the walking lunges. And dude, I'm telling you, man, when I first started doing those, even now when I'm getting back into them after not really doing them with the meet, the amount of soreness between my quads, my glutes, my hips, I'm like, this is just so intense. And then also you do a set of 16 of those and you just feel so smoked afterwards. Like you're doing some major conditioning, probably also speaks to how poor my conditioning is, but I think that's a great exercise. And then he has the adductor thing. He has on his S list also the 45-degree back raise. And I know you're a big fan of that.
Yep.
And then he has lunges or split squats in the Smith machine up there high too on that list. Almost done here. Quad exercises. His number one S plus, I believe it looks like it's the hack squat here. I'm just looking at what he has on he has a hack
must not
squat.
have an ATX pendulum squat.
That's in the S category, not S
Okay.
plus. So yeah, he does speak very highly of the pendulum squat, high bar squats, split squats again, and yeah, like a high bar close stance Smith machine squat too. So those are all the quad exercises. And I think this is the last one here. What do we got? Oh, chest exercises. He really likes like a flat chest press machine, kind of like that ATX one. And then, I mean, he has some, you know, there's benching and different press things like that in there. But so anyways, I'm looking through all this and I'm getting all these ideas, and it's, you know, there's a ton of exercises there, some good suggestions. We talked about some of the things we like, but the very first roadblock I hit with all this is like the tricep one, for example. We're saying, okay, you get this cable, you pull it over your head, you go and extend it. Well, I'm 6'1". By the time I pull the low row out to a point where I can get it to my head and I'm not on top
even
of
like
the
get a
machine,
starting position of the
just to get to a starting position, you know, that requires like, I don't know, when it's coming from the floor. I mean, it's probably using 6 feet damn near of the cable. Actually, I'm not using 6 feet because I don't have that much. My machine can extend like 54 inches total. So I'm probably 4 feet away from the machine. Right. And I do like 6 inches of movement and it's like, boom, the thing bottoms out and slams. I'm like, I can't do this thing. And then the next one I'm trying to do is the kind of the cable lateral raise. Well, it's the same thing. It's like my whole wingspan. So it starts here and I get like here and it's bang, the thing bottoms out again. And I'm just like hitting the limits of this. I'm like, I can't do any of these exercises. I'm trying to do that, like the cable curls. Yeah, none of this shit's working. So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I need like a cable. I just need a cable extension. I just need a longer cable. I'll get a bigger cable that I can attach and that'll solve all my problems. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm at it. I'll get some just like basic D handles, things like that, because I didn't have any of these things. And so I have in my cart on Amazon. I'm going to buy a coated exercise cable. It's like a 40-inch extension is like $10.
Yeah.
And I'm about to hit buy, but for some reason, before I do that, I don't know, I start going down the rabbit hole watching YouTube videos of cable accessories and all that. And I got to give Joe Gray credit on this one because this... And I think we're going to have a video on this. This, I think, actually is a bit of a home gym game changer. Is it a hack? It is. This is an actual home gym hack. I don't have a lot of these, but this to me is a real home gym hack. And Tanner, it's a keyword you've said in the video before, and that's daisy chains, baby.
I love a good daisy chain in the home gym.
If you go to Amazon, you type in daisy chain. I think it's for rock climbing is what it is, but it's basically a little... like ribbon cable thing. I don't know. The cable's maybe the ribbon or the strap is maybe 1.5 inches across and it's like 42, 48 inches long. And there's loops on each end. And then there's a loop sewn into it like every 6 inches or a foot.
Yep.
So this 4-foot strip has like 6 different loops where you can attach a carabiner. So all of a sudden, now I have this super versatile extension that I can use. And so instantly...
It's a daisy chain if you want to.
Daisy chain. Dude, I can daisy chain for days. And so like that tricep extension, I can get it to the exact distance I want. I put it on the very end.
Yeah.
I put it on the far ends. I can comfortably get the bar to my shoulders with no tension. I walk ahead 1 foot and now it's pulling on my triceps, and I
Right.
do the extension, and it's only using probably 2 feet of actual cable. And when I'm ready to release the tension, I take one step back and all the tension's off now. And it's perfect. And you could not do that movement without this $12 device. It was like, that's one example. Another one, I just got these today, so I haven't got to do like a full workout with it, but those, if you want to say like the Bayesian curl, whatever it is, same thing there. I can attach both of the daisy chains to the single low row point. I can walk away from the machine with the D handles, and I can start doing curls. It's at one point, but I can still do 2 curls because at 4 feet of cable length,
It attaches at one point, but you can do a bilateral.
And it works just fine.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could even just do one at a time if you wanted to. I don't like doing one side exercises because you're
taking twice as long.
You're taking twice as long.
Yeah.
I'm already time restricted. But like that movement worked totally fine. I even started playing around with doing a chest supported row where I put my incline bench facing it. And then you can take the same thing. You can take the D handles, and you're kind of emulating that feel that the hammer strength machine has to. I mean, obviously, it's not as good as the actual machine,
but it's the same. I mean, it's the similar movement.
It's a very similar movement.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, this is unlocking a lot of options for me. And another thing I can do with it is I did buy some just cheap ankle cuffs. So like when I do my, in the past to do hamstring curls, I had used the Spud Ink long ab strap, which works. I mean, that's the most budget way to do it. But, you spend like $20, you get the ankle straps. Okay, you can do that. And now you can connect those again with the daisy chains, and you have padded ankle cuff. It's like, dude, I'm so excited to actually do some, give some full reports on all of this. But it does seem like a game changer right now for the home gym.
Are you going to run out of wall control space?
Well,
stuff.
That's the thing with the daisy chains, man. They just hang from one hook. There's just little pieces of strap. There's room for days here. So
And
I didn't even
why they call them daisy chains.
It's just too easy. And I did for the D handles. All I bought was I just bought like some cheap like RitFit ones off of Amazon. They're like $20. And I know there's way nicer ones out there. I just wanted to make sure before I spent a ton of money on anything that I'm like, does this even work? And actually, my thoughts were, I'm like, for $20, these are pretty nice. Actually, that was my takeaway. They're pretty decent. So yeah, your boy's getting optimal with it over here, and
Getting optimized pretty hard.
dude. I'm optimizing so hard, and I can just sense the gains. They're just waiting for me.
Something when we talked about it earlier, when you brought up you do have to come up with ways in a home gym, and you take it for granted when you're not in a home gym, because it was like you asked about the cable crossover in Massenomics gym, because you're like, on those, like, is it just up high or down low, or can you adjust it anywhere? And it has like 6-inch increments all the way from the floor
like every cable
8 foot
crossover
high.
machine does in every gym.
Right. But then in the home gym, a lot of people don't have that, some piece of equipment that offers that amount of flexibility with the way you do stuff.
Well, because a lot of and that's what I said is, like, you forget that is the holy grail of, you have a cable crossover machine that has double stacks, and also it's adjustable in 1 foot increments or 6-inch increments all the way from floor to ceiling. And in a home gym scenario, unless you have one of these new crazy all-in-one systems, from, whether it's an all-in-one rack or something from like Rep or Rogue, unless you have that, a lot of people they have a lat pull down, and then if they're lucky, their lat pull down also has a low row. And, that's what I have. I have a lat pull down that does happen to have a low row attachment as well. So my attachment point is at it's 8 feet up or 90 inches up, and also about 6 inches off the ground. And so I have those two. Something in the middle would be sweet. But again, the daisy chains kind of get me there.
A little daisy chain.
2 words. Daisy chains.
Chain.
They get you there, man. You can fake it with them. So
It's also the secret to lighting in a home gym.
they're great for lighting and strapping daisy chains. So be on the lookout. We're going to have content coming about this, and I'm excited, man.
Be some video representation of some of the stuff we were talking about in a little more details on those to come. All right. Anything else on optimal exercise selection within a home gym?
That's probably about
This kind of goes without saying. It's a given, as this is like I don't know if any of the exercises we mentioned are like the first exercise that you're doing of the day.
No, God, no.
You know?
They're never the first exercise I'm doing. They're usually actually
These are
actually in the
like
bridge
the
block. They're
last
usually like the
exercise,
fourth, fifth, and sixth exercises I'm doing because I've usually
the
done
first
some
ones
type
are
of
like some form of squatting.
some type of
form
barbell squat
deadlifting, some
variation,
sort of
then usually a
benching,
bench
you know.
variation, and sometimes some type of like deadlift-ish variation. And then I'm getting to these things, and the weight being moved is pretty minimal because, you're pretty smoked by that point because you've been doing these exercises with on a timed rest, which is usually like the 60 seconds or 90 seconds of timed rest. And by the time you get to accessories, you're like, whew, all right, time to bring this one on home, Johnny.
Bring her on home.
Well, okay. One more thing this did actually make me realize though, my lat pull down, my selectorized machine goes in 15-pound increments, which is kind of big jumps, I feel like.
Yeah.
And especially when you're talking one arm stuff, a 15-pound jump is a lot. So then it starts to bring up the thing of like, well, do I need the damn gym pin now to micro load these things, Or
like the plate mate thing that you just set on you just basically set a 5-pound weight on top of your top plate if you want to. And then you can adjust
that's
in
what
5 or 10
That's what
pound.
plate mate is?
I think so. I don't know.
I'm
We've
looking.
seen a bunch, like Kyle had them and some other people. Or is it Micro? Does Micro Gains have something? There's probably a few different companies and people will listen and know the answer to this. But basically just like a small 5-pound plate that you put on the top of your plate stack if you want to.
Yeah, let's see. For some reason, their website does not work, so I can't actually see their product. The plate mate. Yep, can't get the site to work.
But that's the theory that you're just setting an additional smaller plate on top, and then you don't really have to worry.
Yeah,
it just adds another level of incremental loading. In between.
That's what I need to do. It'd be nice to do when you're talking the smaller stuff, like a 5-pound jump instead of a 15-pound jump.
Right.
All right. Well, another thing to put on the list then.
Yeah. Did you see that the NFL banned ammonia inhalant smelling salts?
Oh, did they really?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you heard about this?
I have not heard about this or seen this.
Yeah, I think it's just news like 2 days ago. NFL bans use of smelling salts.
Wow, I'm trying to pull this up here.
Yeah. Saying product can mask concussion symptoms.
I mean, I can kind of see that part of it. Yeah, that is the concussions.
I mean, isn't that almost like the classical use of it? Is like someone gets knocked
to help
out
you
and
come
give
back
them
to after you've been
smelling salts.
I mean, like when you watch movies back in the day, isn't that what they were doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're also good for getting you hyped up too, though.
Right. I'm wondering, were they commonly, I'm not sure what they might be saying might not be false, but were they actually getting used for that? Were people doing that or not?
I don't know.
Or were people just using them to get hyped?
Well, that's the thing is like, does someone like get their bell rung and like they have to come off the sidelines and they're like, oh, just give me some ammonia. And it's like, oh, that kind of just makes them tricks them into thinking they're okay. And then they go back out the next play. I don't know. Is that happening or not? It's hard to say.
Yeah, but it is banned. Contraband. I bet some people will sneak some onto the field.
But this quote right here from August 6th says ESPN has obtained a message from the NFLPA. Is that the Players Association?
Yep.
The NFL, a message the NFLPA sent to players Wednesday night, clarifying that the league's ban on smelling salts only applies to clubs providing it to players, meaning bring your own smelling salts.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Can they afford it?
Yeah. No kidding, right? So then you get an Obsidian deal. Keep this going. Along those lines, Tanner, did you know there's a new season of Hard Knocks out? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I haven't watched it at all yet, though. Who is it even? Who are they following?
The Buffalo Bills.
Okay. That'll be interesting. Is there a couple episodes out?
Just the first episode came out 2 days ago.
Or just one?
I
okay.
opened up HBO and it said new season of Hard Knocks, Buffalo. And I thought, I even like it when it's someone not in the same conference. So you don't even got to you can, okay, whatever. Sure. You guys I can kind of root for you in
Right.
in the hard knock sense. Not like the Bears last year where I'm like, okay, it's the Bears though. Like, let's be real here. It's interesting. Buffalo, they're one of the few teams that obviously they're the Buffalo Bills. So they play in Buffalo, but they do their training camp in Rochester, New York at a college. So they all stay in the dorms.
Home of the no wine cellar.
Exactly. Yep. Buffalo and Rochester, 2 hot spots over there.
Yeah. I like watching Hard Knocks more than I like watching most NFL games.
Oh, they make it pretty. Yeah. I mean, they make it pretty interesting for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always cool just to, I like it. It's just that kind of document. It's not the overly processed, like way too much reality TV show look that people do on a lot of stuff. It's there's sit down interviews and, they're doing some fluff pieces where they're making people do things. But for the most part, it's like they shot this like 4 days ago. So they got to have
they're on a tight timeline.
Yeah, they're on a tight timeline.
So much of that.
And it's like actually impressive to see what they can do in like 4 days. And that actually is kind of part of the reason why I like it is it's just like, yep, this is what happened. We're not spending weeks trying to create some artificial storyline of something that wasn't a thing. It's kind of what you see is what you get to a certain extent.
The timeliness of it is part of what makes it so cool. I think.
Yeah. Like they'll do, like a little bit farther on here when they do their preseason games, the preseason game happens on like a Saturday and then you're seeing like the recap of it 3-4 days later on a Tuesday. So it's cool to get almost this live feedback of what's taking place.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to watch when I get a chance. I'm going to watch that. I actually thought about that the other day and I do like to watch Hard Knocks. So I do want to watch that first episode.
I got to say one thing though, before we get off of HBO, the reason I had HBO open, Tanner, is because I finally finished season 2 of The Rehearsal with Nathan Fielder. I don't know if you remember this show.
I haven't watched any of that yet. Yeah.
You saw season 1, all of it, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah, season 1 I've seen.
Season 2 is a freaking trip, man. It is insane. It is so crazy. It is so crazy. I mean, there's so many times you're like, what am I watching right now? Like the extent to what things can be pushed is unbelievable. There's multiple times where I'm like, I don't even know if this is a comedy show anymore or if he's trying to just make a point. I mean, there's other points where like, okay, yeah, I can't believe they spent that much money on this because that is insane too. But man, it's crazy TV. It is crazy. Like it breaks the line of, is this actually real? Is this a thing? Is this whole thing fake? Like you're just constantly asking yourself, is this fake? Is this real? I don't know. And man, it's awesome. You got to watch it.
That's definitely on my list too. I also kind of forgot about that, but I do.
And the benefit,
the
other bonus here is it's 6 episodes and they're like 30-minute episodes.
Right.
So that makes it, the last one's an hour, but dude, it's so crazy.
I want to see that.
You got to. It's all about, for people that don't know, it's all about flights and airline safety and just, it starts to go down like these autism rabbit holes. And it's so, it's so funny, man. It's so good.
Yeah, I need to see it. Okay. I'm gonna watch that soon also too at some point. I wanted to bring it up. You probably said this word at some point in time in the title topic, but do you see that second topic there? Can you say that word?
I say pulley.
You say it correctly. You do say pulley. I'm telling you, the number of, because I listen to all these home gym podcasts and stuff like that. Do you know the way
exactly
that they say
what you're
this?
talking about? I know exactly what you're talking about.
What is wrong with everyone pronouncing this word?
Pulley?
Pulley. Yeah, like, the pulley system. Yeah, the pulleys. The pulleys.
I was almost starting to think I was the wrong one.
Frick is
here.
a pulley.
Yeah.
A pulley?
Pulley. Yeah, there's no O's in this.
Like they say it like if it was P-O-O-L.
Yeah. Pulley. Yeah, pulley.
Pulley.
No, pull.
Yeah, it's the pulleys.
Yeah. You know what that animal that chases you when it's angry? A bull, not a bull. It's a bull. And if you take that B and flip it upside down, it's a pull. That's what it is, man.
The pulleys. It's like one of those new cable pulley
the Chicago
systems.
Bulls. No, it's not how it works.
But have you not heard a bunch of people that say that?
I have, because I've been listening to way more home gym podcasting content, and I hear pulley brought up all the time. Pulley.
Well, but I think most people say that, so I guess we're the ones that are wrong there.
I don't know.
Because I was thinking about this. I'm like, I'm sure I've heard Tommy say this, and he does not say pulley.
No,
that has to
say
be a regional
pulley.
thing that we say pulley, that people are going to be like, oh, you idiots say pulley. We all think it's pulley.
Yeah, pulley. And the mean guy at school is the bully. You know? Bully, pulley.
Pulley. That's a lot of the things we say, the way we pronounce, I'll give it to people, we are probably
Maybe
the ones
not
that,
totally correct.
I mean, we make a funny joke about it, but
Yeah.
this is one of those that I'm like, I don't see how that's correct. What people are I'm like, I think we're the right ones on that one. Where a lot of them I could be like, yeah, we say that weird.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident taking the stand on this one that I think we are saying it correctly.
So we're on record that it's not pulley. It's not a pool.
Pulley.
I'm like, it's so weird for me to even force myself to say
because it
pulley.
sounds so obviously wrong. Pulley, pulley, pulley.
It's like the weirdest accent but it'll be just that specific word.
Uh-huh.
That I'm like, you said everything else normal, and then you said pulley. What's going on?
Yeah, it's pulley all day.
It's not a pulley. Like, am I saying that how people say it? I can't
I
even.
think so.
It's
I can't
funny
even
to me.
really
I can't
do it
even
totally
really
because it's just so wrong to me that
right.
every time I hear it, my brain thinks, well, that's incorrect.
I think there's a giant joke going on about it, and we're not it. Like, everyone's playing a joke on us by doing that. I think that's like a really long con that everyone's like
against
let's not tell the
Midwesterners.
Massenomics guys. We're gonna all call it poolies from now on, and really screw with them until they're like,
Yeah, eventually they're going to bring this up on the podcast and jokes on
yeah.
them.
I think that's what's going on. Like, they're all in on it.
You
They're
know
like,
what?
yeah,
I
we
think you're
won't
right,
tell 'em.
actually. Yes. It's big pulley is after us here.
I want to believe that more than than the fact that people are honestly saying it that way on purpose.
At least they'd have an excuse then
That's right.
for this god-awful pronunciation.
Yeah, so don't say pulley. We used to be a proper country where we called them pulleys. Oh, all right. What else do we want to cover this week?
Do you, we've probably talked about this before. You been eating any corn on the cob this season, Tanner?
Not real. We did have corn tonight, but it was not on the cob.
It was not cobbed.
Yeah, it wasn't cobbed. I've had it only once so far all summer, actually. Kind of a deficiency lacking on my part.
We just had our first, neighbor gave us some just this past weekend. So we had our first batch of it.
Yeah,
and
I guess it's just getting to be that time.
Yeah,
so I guess
it's
I'm
just
on
getting to be the
track with
season.
them.
And my thought was, God, I already think just the tiny amount of facial hair I have, how the butter and all that just bakes in there. I'm like, I cannot imagine what it would be like when Tanner's full beard to go to go corn on the cob. It's just got to be a disaster.
Right now it'd be just fine.
Yeah.
Like, I have no concern. Like,
But a month ago, if
this
you
feels
would've-
like absolutely nothing. Like when I get stuff in my beard now, I'm like, oh, it's not even a thing. But like that, I'm like, it. Basically, I wouldn't even do it if I'm around anyone other than my immediate family because I'm like, this is going to be
No one needs
a
to
comical,
be
disgusting
subjected to
mess.
this.
Like, I'm like, this is going to be vile. No one should have to sit at the table. Like, I'm actually, when my beard and particularly mustache, when I don't trim my mustache for like 8 months, I don't even feel completely comfortable eating a cheeseburger around not well-known company because I'm like, this is going to not work well. Like, I have to eat a cheeseburger with
bad
like a
for
fork
everyone
or something.
here.
Right. Right now, I would eat a corn on the cob in front of people right now, but when it's bad, I'm like, this is going to be absolutely disgusting.
And that butter smell is just stuck in like the hair forever.
Yeah.
Like that to me, that's actually the worst part is the way that the butter smell is just baked into your face. And then it's like, oh, then you go drink like hours later, you go drink water and it's like the water has reactivated the smell of the butter again.
It's really the root of most of the problem though, is the mustache in my experience. Below the mouth doesn't, like, you might look, things might get caught in there, but it's really a long mustache really makes eating challenging for foods like that. And that's corn on the cob might be like the king food of that being a problem. I actually can't think of what would be worse.
Yeah, that's got to be up there for sure.
I like seeing people do their alternative methods of eating corn on the cob, like someone shoving the whole thing into their mouth, like in the inappropriate sexual way, and like scraping the corn off there. Or there is the two camps of whether are you a
a
spinner
cross or
and
a
move down the
round.
line, or like a typewriter, ding 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 ding
Yep.
ding 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 ding. What would you? I wouldn't do this. I'm not a typewriter.
I'm
I
a
don't go
typewriter
like
for
this.
sure. I go across. I work.
I would
across the row.
go a section around, like say a third of the
Oh.
cob. I would go around in a third of it, middle third, end third.
Oh no. I'm just like push it down, do across.
Yeah.
Do the turn.
So typewriter
across.
method,
Yep,
pretty much. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my style.
Maybe that's the most common. I don't know. Maybe I'm
don't
curious.
know.
I think either of those are.
They
I
are,
could
yeah,
picture
those-
either of those.
Those are the
okay.
two. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the two. Those are the preferred techniques.
Yeah. One of my kids does keep on a full banana. They'll take it and just bite a center out of the banana, which is a psychotic little
It's kind
move.
of unhinged. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, do not eat it like that.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's the wrong way to do that one.
Yeah, that is the wrong way to do it. Okay, so that was Cobb. I didn't know if it was going to be Randall Cobb.
Nope. Corn. Kern on the cab.
Yeah.
Dude,
Please.
I've every once in a while I have a little cash on me. And lately I've had a little more cash on me that I bring around. And
Cash is king.
okay, there's two things. In this day and age, I feel like when I show up to a place with cash, I feel like it's a real baller move to have cash on you. Like
Yeah.
when someone goes to pay, because at least around here, it's actually comical how often this happens. They'll be like, okay, that's $22.95, and I whip out the cash, and the teller always goes, "Oh, cash." They always say it because I think a lot of times places offer like a 1% discount if you're paying in cash.
Okay, yeah, right.
There's a lot
right,
of places
yeah.
I've noticed that, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, it's actually you're actually saving 50
Okay.
cents here, and so then they'll
Which
trade
makes sense. Credit processing fees.
Yeah, but they always cash. Like they always say cash out loud.
Everyone always says, "Oh, cash."
Yeah,
like they're like,
cash.
"Oh,
yeah." Like that's
yeah.
happened so many times now.
Right.
But the thing, so it you do feel like a high roller when you're busting out cash because no one has cash anymore. Like everyone's just
Right.
tapping the card or their phone, whatever.
Right.
And that's what
Right.
I do 95% of the time too. So it does feel like that. And I also feel like with the younger people, sometimes you hand it to them and they're like, "What the hell am I supposed to do with this?" Like,
Yeah,
I
I'm like, "Ah, dude, you prick."
Yeah, I gotta
It's almost like you
change
prick.
now.
Yeah.
And like, you just
Yeah.
made my life so annoying. But the one, and this really makes me think we used to be a proper freaking country, is there are places that will not take your cash. And I'm like, come on, this is legal tender. Take
That's
the damn
that-
cash.
That
It's-
is, I mean, it is crazy.
It's so annoying. And all I can think of is that it's just businesses saying, hey, we don't got to worry about employees stealing from us if
Theft.
there's no paper trail.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. We don't got to worry about like counting money at the end of the
I
day.
mean, it's funny because it's the most cost-effective payment method for them to take because
I know.
There's no transaction fee and it is cash there. Like there's no a check. You have the worry of, it still has to be converted to cash.
Mhm.
Someone can write a bad check. It can bounce.
Well, no place
Yeah,
to take
to deal
checks
with it.
anymore, so that's
Well,
not even an
right.
option. But like,
Do places take checks or
I
like can
don't
you go to
think any place
Walmart and
takes-
pay with the check?
I don't think any
Like
place
you
will
can't
take
pay with the
checks anymore.
check at
I
Walmart.
don't think you can anywhere.
You should be able to they should be able to do an ACH transaction basically with the check because it has your routing number and your bank number on it. So they should be able to
Yeah. I
like,
just
can you
don't-
pay like that though, where it's just,
I don't think there's any like national businesses that'll take a check.
they
anymore.
don't. Okay.
I don't think there is.
I mean, I haven't tried to pay with like,
I don't
there's
think there
no
is.
reason.
I actually
like,
think there'd be a lot of kids that if like working jobs that if you hand them a check, they'd be like, I actually don't even know what I'm looking at right now. Like what's a personal one? Like
Yeah.
there's personal checks?
I still write a lot of checks for Massenomics.
Well, for
stuff.
business, you kind of have
You know,
to because there's a lot of
right.
businesses that do not want to do credit card
Well,
payments.
that's right. Well, because people don't want to lose 5% of their freaking revenue.
Like when you have invoices and things that are in the many thousands of dollars,
Right.
Like
Right.
yeah, losing. It's actually just in my web design business. At the end of the year, it's almost insulting to see how much I lose in credit card processing fees. I'm like,
Right.
oh, God, really?
right.
Like, and this is just like my little one man shop here. Like it's, and I mean, Massenomics like has way more expenses but yeah, it's the cash thing though. It's just the fact that that there's businesses that could actually just say, sorry, we don't accept cash. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
that's a bold move.
Or like when you go to the Target Center, and it's like, oh yeah, we're completely 100% cashless.
There,
And it's so because their employees don't have to move cash around. From
there I
different
almost
tills
kind of get it, because I feel like, well, if everyone is just like, if you have the system in place, like you can, in theory, make cards go faster if it's just like everyone's just going to tap and it's going to go.
Right.
There, it's still like, like I'm a little bit like some of these. I'm like, this is just a straight up local business. Like I'm trying to buy a cheeseburger and they're like, yeah, we don't take cash. I'm like, why? Like, why is this a thing?
Also, if you're the business owner, why do you want to make it? Why do you want to make a limitation of how someone can pay? I'm just thinking of it in our own terms. Like if someone's agreeing to give us money somehow, I'm like, yeah, we'll figure out a way to take it. That's the goal. We
Pretty
want
much,
your money.
yeah. Well, yeah.
You know, like we want.
Okay, so this was both times this happened to me were at places where it's actually ran by the city. When it's like maybe it's a city policy, but I feel like that's an even dumber one. It's like it's the city.
Right.
Usually the government agencies are to like, you want to give us money, we will take money. However we can receive it. Yeah, it's weird, man.
I mean, we did used to be a proper country.
We did, where we used paper money.
Once upon a time, we were a proper
and when
country.
you have cash, you took out a piece of paper and wrote some numbers on it. And
wrote
people
words on
treated it
and
like cash.
and everyone agreed that it was cash.
People would write checks for $5, and we were all okay with it.
Yes, people would do that. Yeah. Like, can I write it for 20 over?
Yeah.
You know that? Like people, like someone that's 20 probably doesn't even, they'd be like, what? Yeah.
When I was in high school, I worked at this grocery store my senior year, and that was all the time. You know, the guys, somebody would come in after work on a Tuesday, you know, the store's closing at 10 o'clock and they're coming in at 9:45 and they're getting their whatever, hot dogs, 3 other things, a pack of smokes, and go, oh, also, can I make this for 20 over? And it's like, oh, hell yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's like an ATM.
Actually, like at points in time, I used to get paid with a check, you know, like some of my earliest jobs, it was prior to everything being automatic deposit.
Yeah. Especially when you were like at that age, like more part-time or whatever, like
right.
You would go into the grocery store, look for your little name tray in the thing and take your paper check out for $100 or whatever you made.
Right. I think when I first started at Menards, I even got a paper check.
Really?
For
Menards even?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would have been in like 2005.
Yeah. Yeah, the internet didn't exist yet then. As far as Menards is concerned, it didn't.
Right. It of course did, obviously. But it is just funny, like, but it wasn't like a gimme that something would be an automatic direct deposit.
No, it wasn't like the de facto, like if you needed something done, like the internet was the clear, obvious answer. It was
kind of like, I don't know, I could probably get somewhere and get on a computer. Like, that seems like a pain in the ass, but
that was the case.
Yeah. Let's see. Cash. Yeah, we talked about cash. I think I'll save 8 for next week's episode. We're at just about 2 hours also here. Well, I do want to make sure to tell everyone this. TexasPowerBars.com. Oh, dang it. Where was this thing I wanted to find? There's something on here I wanted to find last that I just thought about it right now. So I'm thinking here, TexasPowerBars.com. Yeah, I'm not seeing what I want, but I'll just tell you off the cuff then. Check out TexasPowerBars.com. They're our favorite barbells that we use at Massenomics Gym. What's your go-to barbell in your training these days?
29 millimeter Texas Power Bar, black zinc shaft, chrome sleeves, all-time classic.
That's the bar right there. The knurling on that bar is tough to be beaten, or be replicated by anyone else. It's tough to beat the original, the Texas Power Bar. Also, so if you're deadlifting right now, do you use the deadlift bar or do you use the power bar?
Well, I haven't deadlifted now in like a week or two, but a week ago I did use the deadlift bar because I was trying to get work done extra fast, so I had to use a second bar.
Splitting bars.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
splitting bars.
Yeah. So if you're going to use a deadlift bar and you're training, the best go-to barbell is the Texas deadlift bar. There is not a better deadlift bar out there. You can take that to the bank just as solidly as you can take not saying poolie to the bank. The Texas deadlift
just
bar
as solidly
is
as you can take any cash to any bank and any business anywhere.
Yeah. The bank's like, yes, we don't actually take cash. No,
We're a
what's
Bitcoin
going on
only.
here?
We're a Bitcoin only bank.
I'm confused. It seems like the whole structure of society is going to collapse here. I don't know what's going on. The bank doesn't take cash. There's currently a flash sale at Texas Power Bars. You can get up to $75 off on select bars. Thank you, Texas Power Bars.
We prefer to convert our cash into Bitcoin and then later convert it back to cash again.
Like, what's happening?
It's the old double conversion.
Speaking of cash, I had to reload the sticker machine again at the Massenomics gym. There's another $10.50 in there. So kind of a windfall
Sort
from
of a
the
get-rich-quick scheme over there.
Had a lot of quarters laying around now all of a sudden.
So if people start
Reminds me of my bartending days when I'd come home with a whole pocket full of quarters.
if people start seeing sticker machines popping up all over town, they're going to know you're behind it.
Like, yep, got a little side hustle going.
Who put the sticker machine with all these bathroom stickers in it?
Oh, also we played pool, correct pronunciation, pool at Schwann's Recreation. The other day we were like, should we do the recreation at Schwann's Recreation? and
the
we played
part of it all.
pool, and I'm pretty sure it was no, it's 150. So you had to put in 6 quarters into the machine. And I'm like, when we used to be a proper country, this was 50 cents.
Oh God,
And
yeah.
now it's $1.50, which I didn't give a crap, but I'm just like, it's almost comical how many quarters you had to put in there
does it
to play
does it
the
just
game.
Take 4 at a time, or does it actually take 6 at a time?
No, it takes 6 at a time.
we'll
It's
take
6
6.
wide. It's a 6
Oh,
wide unit.
6 wide. Huh?
Yeah. I don't. The sticker machine at the gym only goes up to 4 wide. So
Did you check if the pool table had a slot to take Bitcoin on it? Was that a?
it did have a thing where you could use
You
cards,
tap,
I think.
yeah.
But they go, yeah, it's not plugged in.
Well,
so you
I
can't do
just
that,
would
you
assume
know?
that wouldn't work there. Like,
Exactly. They're like, you have to use coins. Yeah.
Well, because they're like, well, $1.50. Okay, they're gonna take 30 cents of every swipe.
Well, right.
Plus, it's like, yeah, okay, so we're right back down to $1 again now.
Right. Right.
Yep.
I don't know what I was saying, but that's it.
Somehow we were talking about Texas Power Bars. I don't.
Yeah.
This episode is also brought to you by Juggernaut AI. Juggernautai.app is the website for my favorite training program, which is Juggernaut AI. I've actually been talking about that a decent amount this episode with getting done with my meet. I've just recently started a new program. I think it put me in for 200 and some days is what it defaults out to.
Yep.
Yeah, 232 days out right now. I set it up with a 6-week bridge block, and the reason I love it is because it changes up my training style for me. So just got done with the meet, a little banged up, repetitive from all the SBD days towards the end. Now all of a sudden we're mixing in. Still got some SBD, but it's variations. We got pause squats. We got spoto presses. We got pause bench. We got halting deadlifts. We got pause deadlifts. I mean, it's a lot of pauses, halting deficits.
A lot of stop and go.
It's a lot of that, but then it's also putting you on a timer. So you're working the conditioning part. You're having 60 seconds rest or 90 seconds rest. And then your accessories, you're hitting some major volume on it. And it makes training fun. It keeps the weights at this point in training lighter, but it makes up for it in volume by making it much more challenging that way. Once the bridge block's done, I'm going to go into about 8 weeks of hypertrophy. I'm going to ride out about 4 months of strength before ending in a peaking block. And all of this is building towards making a bigger SBD, a bigger total at the end. And in my experience, it works, and it's a lot of fun doing it. The app's easy to use, and it just has a lot of really great things going for it. You should take a look for yourself, because I think once you see it, you'll like it. And you can do that by going to juggernautai.app. That is the website. When you're there, use code Massenomics, and you can save 10% on the lifetime of your membership. The key part to remember, you need to do that on the website. If you do it in the app itself, it will not let you put in the discount code. So make sure to visit juggernautai.app. Thank you, Juggernaut.
Don't miss this week's YouTube video that came out. It is our final tour from the Ohio trip at Big Hogan's garage/basement gym. Jury's still out on what that actually is. His strongman paradise in a 1-stall room that he fits that into. So don't miss that. The video that comes out a few days after this podcast episode comes out is a video that we shot so long ago, I can't even remember what it's in it, but we talk about barbells.
It's a 29 millimeter. I'm actually excited to watch this again. It's a 29 millimeter Texas Power Bar review. And at this point, I think the video is like 14, maybe 16 months old. I mean, I actually look different in it. I actually just look different, slightly different in the video. I'm probably 15 pounds lighter.
So are you in the video?
Yes, it's you filming
Okay, I didn't
me.
even remember that. If
And I'm
I
talking
did it
about
or you
why
did it.
the 29 millimeter Texas Power Bar is my favorite bar for a home gym. That's what it is.
So let's find out what past Tommy thought about the Texas.
I just got to look
Texas
at
Power
this
Bar.
footage really quick. Oh, it was filmed September 11th, 2024. I guess that means...
So by the time it comes out, it'll be, we will have shot it 11 months ago.
That was date modified. It actually might be older than that.
Okay.
Well, no, I do have all my banners. It might have been last. Yeah.
Well,
I think it was when we did Paul's video, right? It was that same day. That was last fall, wasn't it?
but was that right before we went to Home Gym Con?
No, because before we went to Home Gym Con, I didn't have banners up yet in my gym.
Okay.
And now in
Okay.
this one I do. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you asked me a year ago, I'm about 10 pounds lighter, and
Right.
I think it's all in the shoulders and chest. I think I'm just adding 10 pounds of pure muscle to my upper body.
Yeah.
So
So give that a watch.
You got
and
that to look
drop,
forward to.
drop a comment on what do you think about Tommy's physique changes over the last
the
year. when we
Malibu is
posted.
still in the background even.
Oh, yeah. Now that's retro at this point. I really miss
good
the
old
Malibu.
days.
Is there any way to get it back? Like just to keep it as a secondary car?
Oh, man, you don't know what you got till it's gone. I'm missing out on that one right now.
I wish there was a way to know when you're in the good old days while you're in the good old days.
I know. I'll call up the buyer and make him an offer they can't refuse. I'll get that thing back.
Yeah. I did have to do a little work on the freestyle. Me and Jack were doing a little wrenching on
Oh.
the freestyle tonight before we.
Okay.
Very minor work, actually. We needed a new battery.
Okay.
Battery
Yep.
died, so
Was
did a little
is that easy to
troubleshooting.
get to on that one.
Yeah, that's not a big deal at all. But I did. I was like, I was trying to cheap out first and be like, can I give this a good charge and get a little? And it was like, nope. This battery is 5 years old and past its useful life. So did that, but then had the battery out actually for quite a while, and I think it did something. It did something to the
stereo or
auto start.
Oh,
The auto start, the key fob. You know, it has aftermarket auto start
okay.
and key fob, and it lost its
Connection,
groove thing
yeah.
to it. And then, but it wasn't just like you couldn't just reprogram it. It actually you had to restart the brain of the receiver in the car.
Oh, really?
And then I'm like, a lot of times like that gets put like under the dash, like up like by the steering column or above your brake pedal in there.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking around, I'm like, where is this? Because I could see the antenna on the windshield. You know, it's like kind of in a discrete place by the rear view mirror.
Uh-huh.
The antenna for the auto start receiver. So I'm like, this exists, but then it was like behind a panel. I had to take a panel out of underneath the dash in order to find this receiver. And then we had to unplug the receiver and start it. You just had, it's like, did you try shutting it off and turning
so
back
it
on?
just basically need to be reset.
Yeah, you just had to unplug it for 15 seconds and plug it back in. But once we got to it, it wasn't a big deal, but it was a matter of figuring out where the heck they hid the thing at, you know, and then what it even was. Because I'm like, I don't know exactly what I'm looking for.
Right. Yeah,
I
that
feel
would
like
be a
I'll know it
tricky
when
one. Yeah, because you're not
see it,
looking for
so that-
like a factory thing here, actually.
Right. So then I'm just looking for something that's not factory. But I got to tell you, this thing looks pretty relatively factory the way they put it, and you know
it did blend in pretty good.
Right. It was probably professionally done, I guess, and it was professionally done well. That I'm like, oh, I would not have guessed that was. So that was our Ford Freestyle.
That was the wrenching.
And now it's and something. Actually, you talked about the radio. Something reset with the radio, and it has CarPlay, and like whatever it recame to, the CarPlay like display it changed, and it's like way nicer now.
Oh, really?
And I don't know why. It must have
You
been like some
improved
setting.
it.
Yeah, it's like we were playing and like, oh, this CarPlay works really, really well. I don't know what the setting was that we had monkeyed with or what it was, but the setting of it now, the CarPlay was like really, really intuitive and it was like
it actually changed the look of the buttons and everything.
Yeah, it did. It was almost, I don't know. I'm not really sure what we had done. Actually, I couldn't really say, but now I'm like it wasn't really bringing. We're in a thing that it wasn't really bringing up like the album art and stuff when you were on stuff, and now I'm like, oh no, now it's really doing the Apple CarPlay thing where it looked exactly the same as any ones that it's in. So that was just dumb luck. But
well, there you go. Just need a little reset once in a while.
Well, it is did you try shutting it off and turning it back on?
Mm-hmm. Can never go wrong with that.
So check out the YouTube is what I was saying there, and then buy something from Massenomics.com. You could support us that way. Drink spotters, we still have, I'm counting right now, we have about 12 Horstall mat coaster sets left. Ooh. Once these are gone, they might just be gone. Mm-hmm. I don't know. They could just be gone.
You know how hard
this
it
could
is
be
to
your
source
last
the materials for this?
This could be your last chance at a piece of, this is kind of a piece of Massenomics history, you know. Semi-joking aside.
History.
That's are you going to end up with this or not? Like, is this right side of history, wrong side of history? Where are you going to land on the Horstall mat coaster? We have 2 of these hats left.
Oh,
so you
down there,
right or wrong side of history on that hat. We have 1 high bar lifting club tee left.
One
left.
Oh my God.
I'm just picking out things that we don't have very many of. And there's like 4 MSS NMX South Dakota plates left.
Oh.
You know, the replica, MSS NMX ones. There's a few of those left. So there's a few things to tip, push you towards that. If you want to get on the right side of history, you got to get on it now. But the biggest thing is become a supporting member. Massenomics.com/join. That is the number way you can support us, and it's what helps keep everything rolling. Anything else this week?
I mean, there's always more, but we got to shut it down at some point.
There's always next week. We got to save something for 489. Huge episode 500 coming later this year. Big things coming for 500.
And we're not just saying that.
No, it's going to be it's going to be big this year. Episode 500, taking it straight to the top. Tommy, where do they find you at?
You can find me at Tomahawk_D.
You can follow me at Tanner_Bear. Just make sure to follow Massenomics at Massenomics.
See you.